What about the cutting?
Hmm?
Or the slashing damage?
It's the same thing. It's the damage type.
So you can choose
both,
to change the type to either slashing or bludgeoning.
Yeah, or just it does that. It does slashing and bludgeoning, and if something is vulnerable to one of those two damage types, it'll take extra damage.
Okay, so
say,
I can change it. I can change it on the
say
fly.
skeletons.
Yeah.
As in like spinning around.
No, you just basically change it as you swing.
Yeah.
So you choose whether it's bludgeoning or slashing.
So you've got something that's vulnerable, you do what it does. If you've got something that's resistant, you do what it isn't.
And it's the same thing. It'll be either 2d4 plus strength or 2d4 plus.
So what is
Yeah.
your actual skill at the moment in
Basically, anything that you hold in your hand is strength. Unless
it's
it's,
not the same as the
Basically,
player's
unless
hand.
weapon.
Unless it's a finesse weapon, yeah.
But you don't have that
But
skill.
the slashing damage is the same 2d4.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same damage, it's
Yeah.
just the damage type that changes.
Yeah.
Does anybody want some arrow?
I could rescue from a piece of it.
Okay, so that means your mace. You should be proficient in it.
Yeah, I am. So it's plus 5 to hit 2d4 plus mod.
If he's not skilled, if he's a weapon master.
Well, he's not the weapon master.
Oh,
You keep
Oh.
getting the
Yeah.
characters confused. So it
Apologies.
should be 1d6,
Oh,
but
yeah.
being 2d6 because if you attune to it, it becomes
Yeah.
2d6.
Mm.
But so
Arrow?
no. So until you're attuned to it, it's only 1d6.
So, but I can't do anything about it yet because I've got to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And I'd say once we go to the armor and get it fixed, I'd attune to it.
Yeah. But you can use it as an offhand as well. So you can have two weapons out. Not throwing it until you at least get expert at it.
I can
I
try.
don't know.
I can try.
You can, but you get disadvantage at expert when you throw it.
I can still try.
So yes, you might actually hit someone else. It's like, I threw
Just
backwards.
get really good at dodgeball.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, healing. Sorry.
So, we are up to session number 51 and it is recording. This is the 200th video so far that I've done since I've been recording videos. Managing to get up to 200 was going to happen eventually. But I think it's been 16, 18 months?
Something like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I get for running prolifically. It just goes through it rather quickly. But when you consider that's like over nearly 1.2 thousand game sessions.
Yeah. That's just a blip.
Just getting there with it. So, we are currently in what's called Castle Amber, where the players might actually move the camera around so people can actually see me online. Yeah, I fix those things occasionally. That's one of those, ultra luxuries. So we've been playing this one for about 9 sessions so far, I think, this adventure. That's how long they've been in the mists trying to figure out what's going on.
It's been forever.
But
Actually,
yeah,
literally.
no time at all.
Yeah, no time at all. And
Forever at the same
a
time.
few days, and it feels like forever because of the people. So,
And now you know exactly how Druzzle feels like.
but I'm here to relieve his boredom.
And he writes about it constantly.
Yeah.
So yes, you are currently going through Castle Amber, trying to find out what happened to Etienne d'Amberville. Though I believe he's
and
also
try and rescue.
I believe he's also known by a anglicised name as well.
Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen. Well, it's amusing how you've got so many of them that they got this really French name, and then the anglicised name has absolutely no comparison to it. And then these ones where it's just they've removed a letter. I've anglicised you. I've excised the E off the end.
Yeah, and change the pronunciation entirely.
Yeah.
Entirely valid. Well, but given it's English and it mugs languages for bits. It does.
I know it's just amusing when you look back at it and read those things. It's one of the changes that the Curse of the Crimson Throne really needed because all the names sounded the same to a non-Spanish speaker.
Yeah.
And the letters were so close that my brain would rearrange them to match the previous version of it.
Oh, I see.
So it's like they had the same letters, just in a different order.
Ah.
Yeah.
And so I'd have to go, is this a different person or the same person? I don't know. Okay.
I confuse. I call you Jim.
Yes, and then I had to note down who was called who when they did do those name changes. Some didn't mind having their name changed and some did. So yes, you're in the dungeon underneath Castle Amber. Last session you managed to find an invisible stalker and free it from its cell. Just in time for it to go to town on one of you.
Mm-hmm.
It was very rude of it. It let it out and everything.
Yes, but it was it was a trap for people who opened the doors. So invisible stalkers generally are assigned tasks, and its task was to attack anyone who opened the door.
Now that it's dead now.
As far as you can tell.
So if I summoned a invisible stalker and gave it the order, be my butler,
Yep.
it would work?
It depends on what its interpretation of butler is.
Yeah, there is that. It would then butt me off a cliff.
Or it might be just very handsy.
Yeah.
Be my butler.
But,
Yes, master.
but
But stop touching me. You asked me to, master.
touch the butt.
Okay, so we'll go around the table and introduce everyone. So we'll start off with Stefan.
Hello, I am playing Tidal Rift. It has issues with curtains. And a peculiar friendship with Drazzle, which I don't particularly want, but it's a thing.
He's so nice.
He is, but there's this weird soul connection between us now, and it's awkward. Tidal's a monk, a water rising monk, and he is a believer of Proteus.
And I'm sure Proteus believes in you in return.
Let's hope so.
And then we have Cameron.
You hasn't been around much to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can just hear Proteus. New Prince 2 years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm Cameron. I'm playing Mystara. He's a relatively middle-aged high elf paladin. He's a Oath of Radiance paladin. He pretty much got shunted out of his little hermit life by a sign, and is now being shown the world with Drazzle.
Drazzle shows people interesting things. No one can say that it was ever boring travelling with him. And Keslu.
I am playing Kupa Lani Awakai, aka Lani. She is a Makai human fighter weapons master. She has worked with Drazzle for quite a while. May or may not have helped written a book of a certain kind, and is helping Drazzle with this adventure because Drazzle said come along, and Lonnie's like, okay.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun.
Isn't that the general thing? Jazz says jump, you say how high?
Essentially.
Yeah.
I've had nothing but good times with Drazzle.
Not once has she been stuck in a time lock by herself and missed many years.
Yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but she's travelled with Drazzle, whereas when you did that, Drazzle didn't go in with you.
Yeah, that's true.
So every time you've gone without Drazzle, bad things have happened to you.
Hey, God, we've been stuck in time warp when Dressel hasn't been there.
It wasn't our fault Drazzle wasn't there, mind you.
This is the only time we've actually gone through one where Dressel's been the cause.
And we're here in this castle.
And Paul.
I am Chlul, a very personable young elf with blue hair, blue clothing, and a happy attitude to life, and the ability to vape things at range.
And now dealing with the fact that you've got items that talk to you.
Well, yes, I do. Well, actually, I do converse with our bag from time to time, but talking to the staff is a bit harder.
Yes, the staff doesn't talk back very often.
No, very often. The thing is, it does, and I know it's sentient. And
It's
there's
playing
al-
hard to get.
And there's also a god on the other end of it.
That's awesome.
Okay, Jeremy.
Yes,
I
good
talked
evening.
to
I'm
him,
playing
talked to
Pettidier, a Atruaghin clansman of the Elk Clan Deer Tribe. Originally a lawman, as in sheriff type watchman, but now I've been having gained somewhat closer connection to Atruaghin than he ever expected in his life, and a long life it's been apparently for them. He's now taking on some of the role of shaman of the clans.
So he's definitely learning what it's like to live beyond his expectations.
Partly because, of course, he keeps getting kept in time warps.
Well, that plus we actually give you proper health care.
That is true. Okay, so last session we had you dealing with a prison, dealing with a word puzzle, and dealing with the elemental protectors of the golem factory.
And
So-
by deal with them, you mean crush.
Well, any way of dealing with them ended up being crushing.
Well, actually, no, they all got dealt with by being poked by a sharp arrow.
Yes, you did manage to take out most of them.
Yes, we were subtle. We didn't actually set light to the place.
You tried. They returned fire.
Yes.
Literally.
So we are now.
So yes, you've rested. You're feeling better,
And then
and then you went off and decided to get
Okay.
beaten up by the air elemental.
yep. So me,
Now,
Mirren, and Prairie are in the jail while Luol,
Is exploring the other room.
Rift, and
Yeah.
You got the long rest too, didn't you?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that
Clarissa's
very
character are
interesting.
in the vat room exploring.
It was only the Blade Singer and the Warlock who were in the other room.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because I can
So
buff
just to-
you now. If I'm fighting someone, so yeah, I can buff.
now, so having opened the apparently empty cell,
Yep.
because someone found the
So you want
key,
10 yards?
Yeah.
10 feet.
10 feet.
What's the other?
did anyone open the cells that actually have someone in them?
So
No, we didn't get that far.
no, we didn't.
No,
Get
that's okay.
You
You
did
don't
not.
want to.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's
Well,
our
I've
next
still got
step
the
is
key.
making a decision.
I've still got the
We
key.
tested the key to see if it worked on the empty cell.
Yes. And
So-
that door is reshut.
Yep.
And it clicked closed, so the key does work both ways. So now we might want to
Now,
open
whether it
up
worked
some
on
of
all
the-
doors, we don't
Was
know
there-
yet.
now we might want to look at possibly some of the cells with people
Yeah.
in.
So I'm going to throw the key to whoever's going to catch it. Who's going to catch it?
Cool.
Right.
So you entered the room off. So 10 minutes
No.
later, you walk into the room and catch the key.
I haven't found anything in the other room. Just wander in and go, oh shit, there's a key coming at me.
Okay. So yes. So
Yeah, so
after
I've
talking
thrown
with-
that over. I've just yeeted it over my shoulder. Just before, like, there was nothing in the cell, was there?
There was nothing in the cell in the first place, as far as you knew before you got attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
So
nothing
it could
visible
be
in
could
the
be an
cell.
entire room full of invisible furniture.
Well, the door's shut now, so.
Well, I'm sure the stalker won't be comfortable in the meantime.
There may or may not be another one.
It could be a portal to the Stalker's homeworld.
I hope not. That would be stupendously bad. Of
You
course-
coasted, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it just toppled like my hit points.
It heard someone say the word yeeted and they decided to take advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you've got the key now, Lewin.
It's usually what happens. Someone yells yeet in my face, goes,
So
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Was there anything to discover in the other room? No.
you
Cool.
spent time
So,
having a good look, and you
spent
came in.
time, got bored, couldn't find anything, walked back in, had someone throw a key at my face.
Yep, and you caught the keys.
Because my dex doesn't suck.
And because he wasn't angry when he threw it.
There's that. It would have been painful.
Now, I believe in the other cells there was an old man in one of them and a minotaur in the other,
Yep.
but neither of them actually responded to call, did they?
No, they didn't really respond to Paul entering the room and catching the keys.
Oh, I haven't said anything to them. Nobody
I
said
did,
anything to
I
them.
did say call, as in, if we call, when we called out to them, saying greetings. Neither of them responded.
The old man
No.
was crazy, wasn't he?
The old man appeared to be crazy,
Yep.
just staring at a picture of a moon.
Yes.
And then there was also another empty cell if you wish to open that one and release the other invisible stalker.
There might not be one in there.
Do you want to
Can I,
take your
can I have a
chance?
key?
It might be an
No, I'm not
elemental
going to
mistake.
take
Can we
it.
not release more invisible curtains, please?
No.
I'm not necessarily seeing the reason for opening empty cells.
Which reminds me.
Unless someone wants to go in.
So,
I can return to
You're-
my watchkeeper days if you like. I could lock someone away.
You're the investigator. You're the one that's supposed to be checking things like, oh, is a cell safe to enter?
Yeah, that's how we confirm. That's how I'm happy to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
does
Yeah, but you're pretty strong, aren't you?
Okay,
You can't.
This
throw
is-
that
No,
far.
remember this is the weak party.
Yeah.
And this
this-
hallway goes
Except
through
we've
to
never got a
another
paladin.
side.
You go through
Reasons.
through to another room, yes.
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 Yeah, the
Yeah.
paladin has like 12 strength though.
Yes.
me?
What have you got?
14, baby.
There you go. See?
14,
So we've got
baby.
like twice what we have.
We spent about half of this campaign with nobody higher than 10.
Yeah.
So you are the Mr. Muscle.
Yes, you are.
So, does that man look familiar
Plus
to either
possibly
of you?
Blade Singer.
He did.
Wait,
To
is
either of
I
them.
didn't see his picture. He's one of the family members.
he dead?
He's one of the family members, isn't he? we didn't-
No, he's looking at a wall.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
The wall's not dead either.
Who wants to talk to him?
actually,
Who wants to talk to him?
did we have a scroll of greater restoration?
No,
Great
I don't think
no.
you did.
No, because
We had some charms of restoration, which had either a greater or 3 lesser. But Benedict just used the last of his on our friendly paladin when he went blind.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because greater restoration cures insanity.
also, I running my sword along the bars a bit of the old man's cell to try and give him a rattle to see if that attracts his attention.
He doesn't even jump when you do that. He doesn't even seem to be listening to you.
What's the Minotaur doing?
Minotaur is just pacing and hopping.
But did he react to the thing? To the.
He doesn't react to any noise either.
He does not reacting to any noise either. He's just walking up and down, pacing and huffing in annoyance.
Hey, why? Hi. Who are you?
Neither of them respond to you. Which one are you talking to?
The Minotaur.
Minotaur. He doesn't even look in your direction. He seems to be ignoring you completely. Maybe you're too small for him.
Lani,
Show him those guns.
how far can you throw that spear?
I can throw it pretty well.
Can you go through the bars?
Okay,
Why should we try to attack a caged creature? That's not very sporting.
No. Just to get its
More ethical.
attention.
I think it's fine
When
where it is.
Just poking with the butt end of it
Yeah.
to get his attention, or because he may, I don't know, maybe deaf, it may be silenced in there, I don't know. But a spear using the butt,
This sounds like a terrible idea.
yeah, because
Let's do it.
Well, no, the thing is, if he then grabs it, we've now got a Minotaur who owns a spear,
Yeah.
And the point's directly at you.
So
which
that's
might
why
be a
it's
bad
a
thing.
bad idea.
And the one that can be used as a lightning bolt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually the trident's even worse idea.
Yeah.
I think
This
of
is
tidal spear.
That's the only thing she has.
This is
Yeah.
a terrible idea.
No, what we want is a light tweak.
Would we not be more interested in the man rather than
Actually-
the Minotaur? Actually,
Well,
no, come to think of it.
Minotaur doesn't
He'd be
give
quite
you-
happy with the Minotaur, really, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
It makes me like a lot of the players.
Yeah.
You grow up with
Do
it.
we need to cause him injury?
I just want to get his attention.
I can just splash
You
some
can-
water on him if you
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try that.
I can do.
Alright,
I can use
I'll
mage
just-
On the
hand.
on the man or the
On the Minotaur.
Man.
Minotaur.
Man or Minotaur?
Minotaur or the man?
Which one do we want to talk to you first?
Well, isn't that a philosophy sort of thing?
I would say.
Tickle the egg.
I just don't. I don't.
well, we'll talk to the man first because he may not actually be insane. He may just be
Okay, can I-
concentrating.
I'll cast message.
Can you cast message to
I
the
thought you have,
man?
you have to
I-
be a willing recipient for the message.
I use my
Oh,
mage
yeah.
hand and tap him on the shoulder.
Because it's not
Okay, the
forced
man.
telepathy. It's-
Yes.
Okay, you successfully tap him on the shoulder. He doesn't even notice.
Right.
So if I cast message
Right.
to him,
I
Probably
poke
won't
his
notice.
hello.
shoulder with my mage hand.
You get no response.
No response.
It's maybe nobody's home.
Can I just use my
Thing.
water?
Well, you can pull out your decanter of endless water and just hose him down.
I don't know, hose him down.
Probably does need a bath.
Put a small bit of water on his head and just wash his hair.
For which one, the old man?
The old man.
Okay. Water drops on his head, and you sort of see the grease and gunk slide down off part of his face.
So I don't trust that. For some reason, I've just got a funny feeling about the old guy instead of the Minotaur. Because the Minotaur looks like he just punch you or stab you or bludgeon you, but the
Yeah.
old man could be a caster.
Yeah.
Well, the entire family is a family of spellcasters.
Yes.
They are one of the ruling body of
Well-
this country.
And we recognize him
Perhaps
as
we
one
should
of
just
the
leave them both in the realm of safety here, and we can continue on and try and rescue them from the time trap. Then we can rescue from the cells.
Because they may have useful information for us.
That's right.
Everybody
but
here
I don't
does.
want to release a lunatic.
No. Yeah, well, there's already enough out here.
That's true. So can I turn around and cast message to the Minotaur?
And I did actually say that.
And
Yes.
just say hello. Say,
And
are
as you cast it, you can't seem to target him.
Can't target him because something's stopping me? Or
You
can't
don't know. You just can't target him.
But I can target the man.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, what are our options?
You come in peace, shoot to kill.
No, well, I didn't want to get his attention.
And I'm not giving
Well-
the Ninja a bath.
We can go and talk to some of the others, find out who these people are, and if we need to, come back and talk to you.
Okay,
There might be a reason they're locked up.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Okay.
There's no ledger. There was no ledger or anything on there.
Yeah.
No ledger at all.
No, considering who this family will actually let out and about and walk around the castle, if someone's locked up, there's a bloody good reason for it.
And let's face it, at least he's not buried.
That's true.
Yeah, they came across another family member that was buried alive.
Yes,
Mm.
and because of the time effects here, it had been 300 years and she was still breathing.
So I'm going to walk to the end of the
Because-
hallway.
because-
way, way away from these people.
Yeah, because it's timeless. She'd actually not been in there for any length of time,
But had
she
been
had-
there for.
but she had the memory of being there for 300 years.
That's terrible.
And the guy that locked her in wasn't all that sane either, because he kept hearing these whispers saying, "Let me out, let me out."
And was a brother.
Mm.
Okay, shall we move on?
So yes, you open the door ahead, stepping through the portal, and you find yourself in a narrow corridor. There's a door directly in front of you, and one 20 feet to the left and one 20 feet to the right. The one 20 feet to the left leads back into the golem works, and you haven't been into the other rooms at all.
Okay.
Benedict will walk up to the one at the end of the corridor that we haven't been to yet,
Yep.
and peer through.
Okay, peering through. You see a long corridor extending beyond the door, about 50 feet before turning to the left again.
Okay, excuse me a moment. Hello.
You're not on mute at the moment. Okay, so and you'll did someone else want to look ahead into the room across?
No, because I might look back.
They do
A
occasionally.
valid concern.
I look where Radio
You also see the
Laura's
corridor
face is
that.
glazed
was
over.
looking at.
Sorry guys, I stuck away for about 10 minutes or so. I'm back shortly.
That's okay. They can make all the bad decisions for you while you're
Thank
away.
you.
Yep.
All under control then, good to hear.
What stuff you got? What?
Yeah, at least it's better than last time when it was half an hour.
Okay, so yeah, you see corridor extends north and then turns east. The one to the south does go back into the golem creation room, and the one heading west, who wants to look into the one heading west? Title has said, not him.
I'll peek in.
Okay. Looking into that room, you see a room bigger than anything else you've seen so far besides the throne room.
Wow,
Is
there's
it
been some
endless?
big rooms.
It is huge, and this massive room is outfitted with long wooden tables, lots of wooden shelves, lots of flasks and glassware.
Does it look like a dining hall?
It's an alchemy lab,
Yep.
a factory-sized alchemy lab. And given what we got out of the last bit of alchemy we'd have a look at, it's worth looking in cupboards.
So it's about 90 feet by 140 feet for an alchemy lab. And you can see that there are 2 doors out of that room.
At the very end.
One across the other side and one to the north. So, you have 2 major options. You can go to the alchemy lab or to the appealing corridor that turns right. What could be wrong with going right?
That's 5 hints so far you've given on that particular corner.
Can I walk up I'm going to walk up to the end of the hallway and just look.
So you want to go through the portal and go into the corridor?
Oh, is there a portal there?
Each
Is it?
of
Yeah,
the doorways
each
here is a
of-
portal that you can
Ah,
only
okay.
look through when you stand it. It's not an actual door, it's just a portal.
Yeah.
So you can't hear things on the other side of it unless you actually step
that's
through.
right there.
They love
So,
magic.
What do you think? Very nice corridor or a super huge room full of a bunch of chemicals and stuff?
Full of most likely dangerous chemicals, because why else would you put it in a room underneath a house in a big chamber?
Yep.
Where when an explosion happened, it goes straight up. Yeah, ideal.
Well, it's big enough room that it would probably contain the explosion quite nicely.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd absorb it. Yeah. Unless it was really big. No, actually. No, none of us are alchemists, so it doesn't really matter very much.
Is the alchemy room through a portal as well?
Yep.
Yeah, each of them.
Each of the doors here are portals.
Ah.
They spend no expanders.
Imagine what an artificer could do in a room like that.
You probably would know most of the family that way.
Probably.
Straight or left?
Well, you've already been left, so it would be straight or right.
Straight
We'll
or
go
right,
to the right. We'll go down the corridor.
Okay. So,
I'll prepare my spare character.
Hesitantly go down the corridor.
Let the paladin go first.
okay, so as you go around the corner, you see that there are a long corridor here which has a notable chill in the air. And along the north wall and the south wall are little niches in the 3x3 foot doors of 6 rows.
So like a grid.
Yeah, so you got 6 rows up of 3x3 doors along the passageway here.
And is it cold? Is it frost on the ground and stuff? Or just cold?
Just cold.
I just got this feeling that those things are going to shoot something at us.
And it's about 140 feet of that, except for about 100 feet down there's a door in the south.
Right.
But
so
there are lots of these little doors.
Right. So this is a gauntlet, possibly.
They have little handles on the doors.
Let's take the first couple of.
Take a step back.
So you have a look at the first one.
Use Mage Hand to open the door. From
Thank
10
you.
feet away.
Thank you.
Okay, so you use your mage hand. The door opens easily. Clicks and opens, and you feel a wash of cold air come towards you.
Right. Pick up a stone with my Mage Hand. Use my light spell to ignite the stone and move it into the doorway so we can look inside.
Okay. Looking inside, you see something covered by a sheet.
Is there any like pressure? Were there any pressure plates on the floor? There's nothing, no writing on the floor.
Not that you can see.
Yeah, I'll move the stone close to the floor if you want and have a look. But I'm
Yeah.
staying
The floor
back here.
looks pretty clean, like the rest of this place.
Stone tiles,
The stone tiles looks pretty clean.
like cobblestone tiles, or just stone?
I'm going to
Looks like stone tiles.
Yeah. I'm going to put the stone down,
Mhm.
and again using my hand, I'm going to pull the top part or one end of the cloth back.
Okay.
There's a dead body
You
under it, right?
you see a foot sticking up.
It's a morgue.
Yes.
It's a morgue.
Yes.
All right.
I'm just going to close the door.
Bada bing, bada
Okay.
boom. Divine sense, baby.
The door closes.
Um.
So you're trying to sense undead things.
Yeah.
Okay. What does your I have to look up what your divine sense actually tells me. Is it the equivalent of detect good and evil?
Presence of strong evil registered in a sense like noxious odor, powerful good rings. Heavenly music. As an action, you can open your awareness and detect such forces. Until your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. That's not beyond total cover. And you know the type of celestial fiend or undead.
Which means it won't work on anything behind the doors.
Can you please open the door again?
I can open a couple of doors.
Okay.
Yep.
He opens a couple of doors. The room corridor gets really cold.
There's nothing.
But no.
I close the doors again.
Warms up a bit.
So they are
It's a
air-conditioned
freezer.
chambers.
It's a set of freezers.
More bodies potential than you've ever encountered in one location that were preserved.
And they've been preserved by cold rather than being mummified or buried in a coffin or anything like that.
Does this ring true to what they usually do?
No,
So-
this is not what they do in this time frame.
This is not normal for anybody.
Assuming there's a body behind each of these doors, there
Mm.
should be 56 or 54 bodies.
Too many to face at once. I don't care
Morris
how much.
face
Well, there's 100.
Likely.
Yeah.
100 and
100 and something rather ice zombies. Not
Yeah.
something I want to face.
you probably think
They're not
that
undead.
if you counted all the doors, you probably
No.
count
Well, the ones you
over,
open weren't
It is possible to get undead that are not evil.
probably about
No, it just says undead.
120.
Oh,
roughly.
straight out.
undead.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You're
120
straight
to
out undead.
140 all up.
So yeah, they're not undead.
As
so
a
that's
paladin, it's straight undead.
So possibly
Yeah.
over 100 bodies.
Right.
So they're not dead yet.
is
I'm
there?
sorry, not undead yet.
Is there? There's an exit, isn't there?
There is.
Yes.
100 feet.
At the
You just
other-
got to
on the
walk
south
through
wall.
the morgue and then go south.
Which should be fine. Let's go for a walk.
No furniture in here or anything. It's not like there's no table.
Unless it's
there's
invisible.
There's no.
I suddenly get attacked in the knee by an invisible table.
Drops into
I
Peter Griffin.
carefully start walking forward using the butt of my trident ahead of me.
Divine sense is still up as well.
Okay, so walking through carefully. Unfortunately, you don't find anything invisible to cater for your tapping, and no trip plates either. So you walk the entire length of the thing very cautiously and don't actually find anything special.
At least we didn't do a
what
search for
you've done,
traps on
Osman?
every square.
See what you've done to us?
What?
It's just a room, and we just.
That is that is the reason for these descriptions. is to
As
mess
I-
you up.
As I stop, as I get to the door that's on the south wall,
Yep.
100 feet, I look around. Is there anything in particular that stands out to me?
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Never mind.
There's a wall.
10.
Nope. You're all good.
Cool.
Oh, my shoelace.
And it's like, oh, this is creepy. Cool.
I don't believe
So is the door? Is the door shut?
All of them are shut, yeah.
Oh,
no,
it's,
the exit door, the
it's another one of those portals.
It's just a portal. What's the other side of the portal?
Okay, so
Apologies for the interruption, I'm back.
all good.
Hey,
Lani
Yeah.
looks through.
We've got
So
to the other end of the morgue,
156 zombies.
Cool.
which we didn't have to do anything about.
That's right.
and the morgue literally is cool because it makes them feel cold.
Yes,
That makes sense.
it's freezers rather than.
And you said
rather
the door is just another portal doorway?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So looking through, you can see what appears to be laboratory equipment down a short hall.
Does that look like an actual autopsy room?
Well, you do see what appears to be a metal table in the middle of the room.
So that would make sense.
Or a dissection room.
Yeah, bodies.
Yeah.
So we can either go
But
through that
presumably
way.
not the style of alchemy lab that anyone's seen before.
No, this is
Well,
a medical.
They can't actually see the room properly, so that doesn't help because there's a short passageway.
Does the room end, or is there another hall at the end of
You
this
can't
work?
see across the room that well because there's a lot of stuff in this room.
We'll have to go in there to look around.
Yeah. Shall we continue on?
Yes, we shall.
Alright.
Into the lab room?
Okay.
Into the lab.
Autopsy room. Autopsy. Inverted commas. Alright.
Okay, so you all pass through the corridor of doors.
Corridors.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I see when I go in there? Because I'll go in first.
Okay,
Divine sense up.
so you go in there first.
Yeah. Nothing on divine sense.
Nope, doesn't register on divine sense.
That's 60 feet too, by the way.
Doesn't register on divine sense as you step in. So this room is equipped like an alchemist laboratory, though most equipment looks unfamiliar. There are a number of knives, scissors, and other surgical tools visible on table and workbenches, all made out of metallic compounds you haven't seen before. A metal table stands in the middle of the room. On it is, from once you step in, you can see is a human male strapped down. At the other end of the table, you see a large, horrible, unearthly creature on 6 crab-like legs. It has a grotesque, bloated body covered with oily yellow-orange membranes from which protrude massive short tentacles, 5 yellow bulging eyes, and a repulsive tooth-filled mouth in the top. There are 5 large lumps on the upper part of its body just above the baleful eyes. The ghastly thing looms over the corpse on the table, looking at it and caressing it with its tentacles.
Doctor, you're looking well.
What is this Last of Us bullshit?
This actually is created long before The Last of Us.
No. All
Yes.
little creatures.
Is this the remake of a
Did it? So
Is its
35-year-old?
name
I know.
Telltale?
I didn't want to be walking in on it.
And then you walk, you see that, and you just notice it's 5 eyes turn to you one
I
at a time.
didn't want to be fucking going in like that.
And
Easy going
so what does your divine sense tell you
What's the
again?
thing? We came around the
Celestial
corner and it
Fiend
was
are
there.
undead.
Nope, doesn't trigger. As far as your divine sense is concerned, it doesn't exist.
Oh, it's not Celestial Fiend.
Does that mean he's an atheist?
No, he's a beast or
Or an aberration, because you
or an
cannot
monstrosity,
detect aberrations.
Yeah, monstrosity. Or,
Yeah.
Feels like
And
aberration.
5 eyes and membranes and tentacles. It's an aberration.
And considering the eyes can work independently, also freak people out.
Yeah.
Just no,
Unless,
no
of
sudden
course,
movements.
that's a motility shell and there's 5 critters in there.
Could be. And then you
This is just
hear
as creepy.
a voice in your head asking, have you come to make a donation?
No.
And the voice is the creepiest thing you've ever heard in your life, because none of the words are pronounced correctly. They're all completely out of tone.
Oh yeah.
So it's very disjointed.
Did we work out we'd all gone in, had we?
Well, I'd walked in, but I didn't
We'd
want to
gone
walk
into
in.
the portal.
I didn't want to walk in, like just barrel into the room. I kinda wanted to go in there
And
with
so
a
you
bit
see
of-
the paladin. You see the paladin walk through the portal in front of you, take a couple of steps, and then just stop. And then that's when everyone else can walk in.
Yeah. We walk in, then we all get the voice.
Not only he does.
Oh, and he.
Oh, pull out
Fine.
the little wire.
But
That's
when
message
Pettidier
to it.
gets in there, he's going to step off to the side a bit with the, so he's got a bit of range with his bow, because hey, he can use it again now.
Don't.
No, he's not shooting yet. But
Yeah.
the Petitier's obviously looking at the monstrosity, but he's also interested. Did you say there was a body on the table?
There was.
Yep.
Look at he's dissecting.
Is it a living body?
Does not look living. Especially considering looking at this way, it's missing top part of its skull and doesn't seem to have a brain in its head.
And that's what he wants.
This doesn't seem like a good thing.
I'm going to cast message to it. What's your name? What's your name? What's going on? What's your name? What's happening? We just want to pass through.
You can see there are no other doors from this room.
Right.
And it says,
No
I am the Atruaghin.
Pardon me a little while. One more time.
I am the Atruaghin.
What do you do here, my friend?
Experiments.
Investigations.
Oh, what are you investigating?
You strange bipedal things.
Yeah, we are a bit odd. Can we have a conversation?
Do we have any conversation?
Yes, but can we actually just continue this conversation, or is there like, what type of donation did you want?
What donation are you willing to make?
Like, I can give you a chewed fingernail.
And what will I do for chewed fingernail?
I don't know. That's
What point purposes do you use a chewed fingernail for?
you can use it like floss in your teeth.
Sure, I shall accept your chewed fingernail.
Okay, I'm going to chew my fingernail because, funnily enough, I do that anyway. I'm giving my chewed fingernail.
Yep.
But it's the thumbnail, so it's actually quite good to floss with. Anyway.
Material component accepted, it says, as it floats across towards it.
Oh, it floats. Okay.
It is sort of rather large and it has lots of tentacles, so not many people actually approach creatures looking like that. It is very reminiscent of a beholder.
But with a body.
No, it doesn't have a body.
Ah.
It has tentacles everywhere, but most of its eyes are in the body itself. So think of a big round ball. They actually have a picture of it on the... You see that one, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, yuck.
And it's as big as a horse.
Okay.
Penadier, as it comes in, obviously, I say, Penadier's like.
You see
behind
one
the paladin.
of the eyes is
corner somewhere.
following Praedir as he's moving around.
But I say, Penadier's like in the corner of the top zone. As it approaches, he's got arrow knocked and bow pulled up ready, saying, I don't think you're going to get closer.
It hasn't moved at all. He's just been standing at floating at the end of the table.
Do I get the sense that it's actually just doing a job? That it's not actually...
It's eating brains, obviously. It's eating people.
He said that he's investigating
Yeah.
bipedal creatures.
Yes, but,
Yeah,
but he's got
killing
the skull
it,
of this
idiot.
guy open.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not eating it, is he?
No, not as far as we can see.
Well, he hasn't visibly eaten it in front of you, and he
What
didn't
else
say
did
what
he
he was
cut the body
investigating.
open for?
Just have a look.
Find out how it
Very cool.
works. Find out how it works. See what's where. Same thing as you
What
did
was
to
his
your
name?
dinner the other night.
Exactly, that's what I said.
He said
you know.
it was Nerthagul.
Exactly.
However you spell it, that's right.
Yeah.
However you spell it is correct.
It's
What are
more
you learning?
feeling.
Can I call you Nate?
You could call me anything, but that doesn't mean I will answer.
Ah, okay. Nath the Ghoul. What have you discovered so far?
You're rather limited in aging, movement, imagination, travel. And it starts listing all these different things where the limitation of 2 legs is worse than the ability to float or manipulate 10 to 20 different things at once.
Don't disagree.
Yeah. Your sinuses suck, you keep getting bad backs. All sorts of horrible things.
30 and your knees
Yeah.
go.
Your body's designed to fail.
Exactly.
Do you have any other knowledge of this place? Or just this room?
I know many things this is.
Is it possible for you to give us
Do you-
information about the rest of this place?
Are you aware of the prison, the holding cells?
No, I don't need to go to a prison. Things get brought to me.
So those corpses next door are your investigation?
Yes.
Is this audible conversation, or is this all in their mind?
All in the
all-
paladin's head.
And it's
Okay.
yeah, It's just between the two
Oh,
of them.
okay. I was talking out loud.
And even if you're talking out loud, it just responds in your head.
Oh, okay. So you can hear, it's one-sided. You can hear me talking, but you can't hear him answer.
How loudly are you talking?
I've just
Flesh?
talked like I am now. And it's only a small room, didn't you say?
It's a
Loudest
fairly
I've
large
heard him
room.
talk.
What is it, like
It-
50 by...
Because it's full of stuff.
It's about 140 long by 30.
No visible exit.
Only the one you came through.
Yeah.
But lots of gear of strange design.
Yes, well, it's designed for use of its tentacles for a start.
Mm. And doesn't seem to be made of a metal alloy you recognise.
Hmm.
But there's way too much metal anyway.
Yep.
Ah.
Lots of metal in this room, including the table.
I poke it. Is this stuff useful for weaponry?
Why would I need a weapon, it says, in your head? You feel that strange, unearthly...
The strange feeling that says, I don't want to be talking to this person's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, no, don't worry about it.
And then you get another thing of saying, I never worry. But I am curious.
Then, well, that's the thing. I was expressing curiosity to see what this metal is useful for. Well, specifically-
Experimentation you get.
Yes, I was thinking of experimenting with making a weapon out of it.
Oh, I don't need a weapon. The creature responds with. Physical weapons are for the lesser creatures, it tells you.
Yeah, I was going to sell it to lesser creatures. If it were useful.
So
But as
how
it
many hit
is,
points do you have?
so as it is not, I'll have a cup of tea. What was that, sorry?
I was just going to say... no, I didn't say this, but I was just thinking to myself, I was asking, how many hit points do you have?
Yeah. Let's
No,
find
no.
out.
No. I'm good. I don't want to fight.
I'm fine
He's-
with that.
Just in here doing his thing.
Yeah.
Can I ask him who put him in here? Was one of the...
He volunteered.
He volunteered to who?
The family.
Which member of the
Because you
family?
had work to do.
There's a difference?
Oh, he sees them all the same.
Yeah. Hmm. So he doesn't know anything about the prison, the holding
That
cell.
he'll tell us about.
Well, do I get?
Have you?
Can I make an insight to make sure that he's actually being
Yep.
forthright?
Yeah.
Give me an insight roll.
I'll ask it directly while he's working it out. The bodies in the corridor outside there.
17.
Why are they frozen rather than buried, or are they just your experiments?
They had shields so they will not decay.
That answers that question. Thank you very much.
And so
17.
what you get from it is, it's not really holding back, but it doesn't quite understand your concepts that well.
Yeah.
It's grasping at what you perceive as reality as not its reality.
Why is he concerned about decay in a timeless castle?
Because they were set up before the castle was transported, when decay was actually an issue.
Does anybody else want to have a look at? I'm going to ask everyone else. Does anybody else want to have a look at anything? Ask him any more questions? He's not going to be very helpful.
No.
I think, trying to fight him.
What is your purpose? Sorry, what is the purpose for you being given this work here? Why did the family give you this space?
Ask for an investigator.
Right.
What did they want to investigate?
Said I would know when I find it.
Have you found it?
I don't believe I found it yet.
So why are you looking in the heads of dead people?
They know many things.
Okay, now that's a bit squeaky.
Can you bring up the memories of dead people? Can you visually
Well,
see?
I can bring up memories of the deceased bipedal creatures.
and you can actually see them.
Can't you?
No.
Like I said, lesser creature.
Just. What did this one tell you?
You're having a fun time over there.
Oh, I hate this guy.
I don't think you meant to like you.
No, I've never had
So
a
think
conversation.
having a
Just
conversation with a
have normal-
surgeon.
Is this supposed to be having a normal conversation? Is this how they happen? Is this how it works? Is this what happens in life?
That's what happens.
I want to go home.
This is
I don't want
this
this.
is why you just stop talking to people.
Yeah, it is literally the reason I stopped talking to people. I just don't-
This is why surgeons don't talk shop when they're at parties.
Yeah, but this guy's not at a party.
No, we need Drazzle. Drazzle's got the right mindset for this guy.
Drazzle's in the back writing things down.
My head will explode if I hear them. Drazzle, can you have a yarn with him? I just need to see this. I just need to see.
Drazzle not like outsiders, he says.
Well, if you walk over there and touch him, you'll be inside him.
What?
Drazzle not interested in relationship with strange blobby creature.
Okay. Well, it can be platonic, but
He doesn't understand your need for physical connections in such ways.
I'll just turn to the rest of the party because, like, if he can see people, if he can see inside the minds of the deceased,
Yeah.
why can't we go and find? Maybe there could be a body out there that's got some answers.
Well, that's the thing. If we find the dead
That's a lot
body
of
of someone who we know has information we need, we can come to this guy and get him to extract it for us.
I'm sure for an exchange of something.
Well, he gets another body to experiment on.
If it's a body he doesn't already have.
And he gets the left finger now.
Would you trust
Well-
anything he says?
I would assume there aren't any clones of people here, so it would be a body he doesn't already
What
have.
about the crazy guy?
We have to
We're
actually
going to
kill
let him get dead just so we can get extract information from his
No, but
skull.
I'm not allowed to poke anything.
Does he have to
in
be
him.
dead?
No poking people.
I'm going to walk out.
No poking people's brains to make their arms twitch.
I'm walking out of the room.
Drazzle agrees and closes his book and walks out with
I'm
you.
concerned that you're discussing the idea of desecrating dead bodies.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. He has no. I've left.
Yeah, I silently walk
Yeah,
behind.
The rest of them walk out.
I follow them. There's no real point to this at the moment.
Well, there was one possible point. Could have killed the abomination.
I'm
What?
tapped.
Just because it's an abomination?
No.
No, just because it's tearing up dead bodies.
That. So the worst thing you've seen in this place?
No. It's close though.
Yes. Well, no, probably not the worst thing, but most of the other things we have attacked.
Probably the worst thing you've left living.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys head back out and go towards the big alchemist's room.
Yep.
So, Jeremy, did you figure out what the creature was?
No. I don't know, some sort of abomination, brain-eating
I feel like
bastard.
I've seen the
Mind
picture
flayer.
before. I can't remember what it was on.
It actually came from this setting, and it is called the Brain Collector.
Ah.
It actually gets the knowledge from all the brains it consumes.
Hmm.
And it can go through someone's memories as if it was that person. So technically it is doing a job.
Yeah.
Doesn't go against what I stand for, so.
Okay, so moving into the other room. This massive room is outfitted with complete alchemical laboratory with long wooden tables, myriad wooden shelves filled with the glassware, all labelled, and has alembics, calcinators,
Yep.
sublimiters, atheners, retorters, and distilling distillation apparatus.
Many
So-
glass alchemical items.
It has just about everything you would need to make any sort of item.
I know several alchemists who would be drooling over this place. And we can't take it as loot.
Any exits?
And there is two other exits from this room.
Pettidier will be going and having a look at the close to the exits, and then
Yep.
depending on what he sees, look at the next one.
And as you walk up to the exit is actually black. You can't see through it.
Okay.
First time you can't see through an exit.
What about the other one?
As you're doing so, you see that in the middle of the room, it starts to get a black cloud starts to appear.
Oh, as we walk in.
After everyone's walked in.
Okay. Yeah.
So the black clouds appearing in the centre of the room, did you say?
Yep.
How big's the room?
It is about 90 by 140 feet.
Big
Okay, so
warehouse.
some distance from Pettidier if he's on the sidelines looking through the door, looking into the passageways.
And
so this is the back of the alchemy factory, isn't it?
this is in the very centre of it, the cloud appears.
In the alchemy factory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in that black cloud, you see lightning flash, and as it does, everyone gets to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn.
Con save. Good old con saves.
Yeah, when I don't have bonus on.
Occasionally you get them.
Not con saves.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, nice.
21.
Total of 20 from Pettidier.
14.
14. And how did Luel go?
9.
9. Okay, so we'll start off with Luel.
Pettidier basically turned around and saw the black cloud for me. He would have said, "Hey guys, watch out, middle."
Okay, so you find yourself having a horrific nightmare of every time you try to do something, your patron keeps saying no. And your mentor constantly slapping you on the back of the head for mispronouncing, misinterpreting, misspelling. Your patrons getting angry with you for using their name in vain. And your items getting angry with you for not using them correctly or giving them the correct time of day.
One of you is for the time of day, you stupid things.
And even that one never tells you the time because it's angry with you. And you're having this whole dream of everything just going wrong that could possibly go wrong. And that seems to go on forever.
I'll write this down afterwards to reflect upon, as it could actually be worse when I'm starting to think it couldn't be worse.
And you sort of end the dream with the only spell you manage to get off reflects. As your nastiest spell you hit yourself with.
Firebolt to the face, wonderful. Actually,
We're seeing, do we?
no, worse. I get off a sphere of flame, and I wake up while standing in it.
Did he actually do this?
He
No,
thinks
that's
he
a
does
dream.
in his dream.
It's a dream.
Okay, so
So you're saying that your fireball gone wrong again?
No, it was fine. I was standing in the wrong place. Nothing
Oh
wrong
no,
with
last time he casted it started running around at us.
Yeah, that's because somebody else took control of the bloody thing. It wasn't my fault.
Okay, so Kesley has a dream of when she met Drazzle on the ocean, and basically how one day they were sailing along, and then just somewhere in the middle of the ocean, Drazzle shows up on the boat.
Time for screaming.
Oh, he seemed to have known the captain. The captain knew Drazzle.
It's Drazzle, he knows
Sounds about right.
And from that day forward, you saw Drazzle in some of the pictures in the captain's cabin from his youth, which he wasn't there the day before.
So,
It's one of those confusing things that happens.
gotcha.
And you were actually in some of those photos of the captain's youth.
And
Okay.
I was there, and then
As
Drazzle wasn't, and then all of a sudden he was.
Oh no, you weren't there previously either.
Oh.
So so when the captain was a young boy, you're there as you are now
Yeah.
in those pictures, and you're just remembering that it looks a little like you do now.
That's right. You realise that, hang on, you never really knew your mother and father, did you?
Interesting.
So you have experienced some of those time changes happening around him in the past, where he goes back and changes the past.
Yes.
But
I think from memory I've got 2 copies of the same picture.
yeah.
One of them
So-
with him
so-
and one without.
Are we seeing these people doing anything? Are they on the street? Are they standing there? Or?
It's happening to each of you at the same time.
Okay.
So those that failed the saving throw got a nightmare.
Yep.
Those that passed the saving throw actually got a pleasant dream. So then we have a we
20.
Nice.
yes, we have Cameron's character has this amazing dream about a time long ago, not even one he was part of, where elves were at the height of their science, building machines of metal, using electricity running through them, working with alchemical components, and building a device bigger than some cities.
Okay.
And as part of that dream, you see an argument with an old elf and the rest of them, saying about how they should go back to nature and leave the science behind.
Oh,
And-
these dreams.
And while you're dreaming it, you realize that this is very similar to the recorded documentation of Ilsundal,
Right.
who in legend led the elves away from technology.
Mm.
And you see time pass, and then somewhere in the distance you see one of the entire sky light up in fire and feel the entire ground shake, and then the dream stops. As it last thing you see is Ilsundal looking sad, looking back at the explosion.
Blown up another one. How many civilizations did he go through? 3?
He went through a few, yes.
Oh no, sorry, it was Atruaghin who went through a bunch.
Atruaghin went through a bunch, but Ilsundal also went through a bunch.
Yeah.
He lost the more than half of the first civilization of elves to the destruction of Blackmore.
Ow.
Which is what I just looked at.
Yeah.
Thought so.
And that was the whole reason that they went against technology. You have a feeling what they
Was it
built
Dartmoor, wasn't it?
was the cause of their destruction. And so think nuclear reactor,
Yeah.
but think more fusion style reactor instead of nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
So
You said it was
that's
supposed to be a pleasant dream.
next level up. It was. You got to see the story of your people.
You got a history lesson.
And the reason why.
And you fell
they
asleep in
left.
it. Seems typical.
And the one thing you note is the thing on your wrist is a more advanced version of what you're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what they were playing with was a toy in comparison.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing, but the technology on your wrist is more advanced than what they were using, and they were dealing with nuclear fusion.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremy.
So we've got an antimatter reactor on his wrist.
So you end up having a dream of your spirit guardians.
Okay. I was thinking the idea. Okay, so this is a bit like the a standard talking to the ancestors, this pipe type effect.
Yep. And you see each of
It's obviously
your
got past the curse that doesn't allow me to do that anymore. With the amber axe.
did.
Makes me
Yeah.
immune to poison, so therefore I can't actually get the pink spikes anymore.
I know. And so you visit you have your 3 spirits visit you.
Yeah.
So
Spirit past, spirit present, spirit future.
no, spirit of your clan, spirit of your tribe, and your personal totem.
Yep. Have the raven, the elk, and the deer.
Yep. And they ask you why you don't talk to them anymore.
You rude bastard. You don't talk to your people.
No, so we walked into the ark and talked to the
Well, I will explain that I've been attempting to contact for some time, but time has been working funnily for me.
Yeah, roll a con save when you
They sense that you have been very troubled.
Yes.
Why do you not trouble?
The the knowledge that the fate of the people may be on my shoulders is very troublesome indeed.
Well, they believe that whether the tribes survive the times to come is determined by how you survive in the times to come.
So no pressure then. Oh, good. Or actually, they don't say that's a direct proportionality. It might be inverse proportional. If I die, the clan survives.
That they cannot say.
Right.
But they do believe you'll be instrumental in one of the 2 outcomes.
Death or excruciating death?
So you get to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okie doke. Constitution items. No, I do not. There's a 1.
Okay.
So that's my backup character.
As well.
Well, if it makes you feel any better there, Stefan,
What are you doing?
when you fail, you get a nightmare.
Okay.
I just had a very pleasant dream.
That was his pleasant dream.
Okay. So that was your
I
nightmare?
love his face.
No, that was my passing. That was a good dream.
He,
Oh,
he
okay.
succeeded, and that was his good dream.
Ah, right.
And so, when your character awakes, you notice that the armband has fallen off.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you actually did get contacted by your spirits, who can't actually speak to you while you wear the armband.
No, well, they just did. It was the curse on me.
And in its place, you see each of the totem spirits has left a tattoo of themselves on your arm.
Cute.
Okay. I can be confident of their protection ongoing.
Yes. It's like a cat marking its possessions.
Well, true that too, but
And you do notice that the metal armband has basically become brittle and just breaks at the mirror's touch.
okay.
So,
I'm happy to finally be rid of it.
though amusingly, you still gain the protection from poison.
Cute.
Okay.
It's just been transformed into a tattoo.
Well, no one can steal it from you then.
Hmm.
Not without taking
and-
the skin
and-
off your wrist.
Does the tattoo require attunement?
No.
You are. It's
Are
part
you-
of you.
It is
You're
you.
permanently attuning to it.
That actually
Well,
would be an
that was
advantage
it was the fact
for,
that I was permanently attuned to the armband.
for tattoo items.
But it wasn't necessarily a bad
Take
thing.
up a
I do
tattoo.
have another line of
It's
items for
the
tattoo
inability
items.
to talk
Yeah, including ones that don't take attunement slots. War.
Okay.
Diving into that lot.
Though you can attune to them to get more power.
Ah,
Like everything, there are risks and rewards.
yeah.
So, then we have title.
Yay.
So, we did have someone have this horrible nightmare where they were, everything they did went absolutely wrong.
Sounds like my usual day.
So, you have this dream that every decision you made was perfect. No matter what you did, you succeeded. You basically were the best at everything. You could not do anything wrong whatsoever.
It's easy, Royce,
You
it's
met
coming out
up with
easy.
your child and family, and they absolutely adored you. Everyone thought you were the center of the universe in the way of everything that happened. And then you wake up.
I need to roll for bawling eyes out.
Okay, I managed to shed a single tear.
And basically, the first thing you notice is not a single person is looking at you after having this dream where everyone thought you were the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Not even
the
Grandma
second
was
thing you
looking your
notice is
way.
you're wrapped up in a curtain.
Yeah.
And when you think of a horrific thing to have happen to you, he can never actually achieve the level of skill he did in his dream.
Yep. The worst part is I actually met up with my family in my dream and they liked me. It's like, oh.
Unconditional love and attention? Oh my god.
I actually met my family. It's a
Still
nightmare.
The nightmare is real life.
Yeah, it'll never happen. You know, it would have been even worse at the end of it. My family get wrapped in curtains, like,
One of the spells in the Mystara 5th edition document creates lengths of cloth
oh, nice. Yep.
up to like 30 yards long.
So did we?
Let me clothe you. Wrap.
Yeah.
So did we all hit the deck?
Yep. You sort of wake up staring up at the ceiling.
Is the black cloud still there?
Nope.
Am I the only one crying?
Yep.
Okay,
Not that anyone noticed.
that's fine.
Has anything happened?
I'm kind of a bit shocked.
He absolutely had probably the worst nightmare he's ever had. Everything succeeded. He was the center of the universe. He got to meet his family and they adored him.
And
When you get a chance to
Everything
look
was
around,
perfect.
you've obviously Penadier kneeling on the ground there with this sort of crumbled mass left in his hand.
What's up?
He broke it.
What? The thing it was giving us dreams?
He had something attached to his arm that broke off.
Oh, okay. Nice tat. I didn't know you were into tats.
Sick ink, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it is
So your dream
uber
was so
lifelike.
good, you realise that nothing ever will be that good ever.
yeah.
And just destroyed
Nothing.
you.
Yeah.
It's one of those better than life dreams. It was absolutely
It's
perfect
difficult.
in every
It's all
detail.
downhill from
And
here.
what was worse is like my family loved me, everything was great, you know, I met up with my wife and my daughter and everything was good and then you wake up and think, no, not gonna happen.
Did
Are
anything
you sure it
happen
wasn't a
to
pathetic dream?
that?
Whereas
Right?
mine was
Still
more on
there,
the
still
order
there,
that
still.
anything would be better than that. I'm not going back there.
Well, maybe you think it's a prophetic dream. I think I came
That's
out of
not
it
what
feeling
I'm asking you.
pathetic.
Are you sure it wasn't a pathetic dream?
Or a
Yes.
pathetic dream.
No, it was a wonderful dream.
It was, but now I feel pathetic.
Yeah, well,
The last thing you do here before you woke up was the sound of the will-o-wisp that you remember.
Oh, I fucking hate that bastard. Yep.
Yeah, but he remembers you, and he still
Yeah.
likes you.
coming up and saying, "Can we be friends?" Here's some
No,
chocolate.
it says, don't worry, I'll find your family for you.
Now that'll destroy the whole thing too.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
means you've got to hunt him down before he gets to your family.
Yeah, just find some coal hits on like Donkey Kong.
So how are you going to find him?
We'll get to that bit later.
There are ways and means.
It's the goal that's important, right? Right?
So you're just going to kill every will-o-wisp until you find the right one.
Because they know each other, right? They'll hear me coming.
No.
I'm sure they share information.
Yes, but not universally around the world.
You never know, he might be that good that they are telling everyone. Look out for this person.
This
It'll
is
be
why.
fine.
Yeah.
This is
Or
exactly why we wear leaves and twigs on our head, is so the curtains don't hear you. You don't know this.
No, I wear twigs and hair stuff in my hair because I'm an elf.
Because of the curtains.
No.
Okay, well, you can have your difference of opinion, but I'm
No, let's face it.
No, yours are for the
Vital
curtains.
wears twigs
Mine
and
of the-
cloth and stuff
mine
like
of-
that in his hair, because aluminium foil hasn't been invented yet.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's high metallicity leaves. Yeah. Have you seen these trees that absorb metal from the ground they're in? And
Yes.
the sap is about 30% metal,
Okay.
or 30%
Yeah.
metal compound. and it's actually better quality for mining. And they're actually looking at doing this. It's better quality for metal extraction than a good quality ore. Especially since it's consistent.
Technically been what? Filtered?
No, it's concentrated.
Oh, concentrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
pretty
thing is, you need a whack ton of trees to actually make it useful.
cool. Yeah.
And it takes quite some time for it to actually be absorbed up by the trees.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but once it starts,
It's a lot slower than digging out of the ground.
Yeah, but once it starts, it's continuous. Collecting it's basically free, and all you're doing is extracting the metal, and it's cheap as chips.
Mm-hmm.
Can be done entirely solar powered, and that's the way some of them are doing it.
I remember.
And so I think from a commercial profitability aspect, it'll still take too long.
For some of the ores they're looking at doing it with, they're extracting it from ores that are not commercially viable. What I'm saying is, from the ores that they're looking at getting stuff from, they're already not viable. Anything more viable than not is useful, and that's what they're aiming at.
So we've woken up and
It's not going to be a big business.
Can we
You've
see
woken up.
around us?
So hang on, is the cloud gone?
The cloud's gone.
Okay.
Cloud went.
Okay.
We had fun dreams, or not.
I had a great dream.
I didn't.
I had a great dream.
I need to add widow which is going to kill my family.
It's only a dream.
Nothing's changed in the room. Everything's the same. Just cloud showed up.
But- But given will-o-wisps are evil, you might as well go for it anyway.
So where's the exit to this room?
Well, there are two
There's the
exits.
two
There's one
exits.
to
They're both black, unlike the other portals.
Okay,
As mentioned before.
So
You can't
like,
see out.
the second
Can't see.
portal is completely black as well.
Yeah.
well, now that he had the dream, he can actually see through the portals.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Okay.
They were dream blocks.
So the one to the north seems to head into a long corridor, which you can see a stairwell at the far end going up.
Right.
The one that heads further west, you see it go into a corridor with a door and a immediate corridor to the left as you go, if you were to step through the portal.
Right.
So it has it seems that there's going to be a few rooms in that space.
And the first one you just said leads to a long corridor
And then up the stairwell.
leading up.
Yeah,
Is the stairs like straight? Are they curved or?
they are curved, no handrails.
So
A bit like the stairs we came down originally,
Very much like that.
except for those that came down the stairs, as opposed to coming out through the black pit.
Yeah.
technically it was falling, but
So that would bring us
actually
back to
it was chasing.
the level we were on previously.
Can I just? Myra's just going to duck up and just walk up the stairs. Carefully, not going to go charging into the hallway to go fucking blind again. But just like go up the hallway, nothing jumps out. You can look to make sure there's no.
So you want to go north through the stairwell?
Yeah,
not,
I just
west?
want to kind of go up the stairs and poke my head up the stairs to see what's up there.
Okay. Well, how long was this corridor?
About 100 feet.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's not
through-
huge.
Well, I would suggest though that it means that yes, we all go. If we're going down there, we can investigate
Stay
and
together.
see
Yeah. Okay.
whether that will actually be an access point back down
I
the
thought
pit
it was
again.
just like a short corridor and then up.
It
No,
was a
okay.
long corridor.
I'm happy to at least go down and investigate and check the stairwell. So
Okay.
I just want to see if it does go up to the original level, if it might lead back into a room that we've already been in.
So a lot of them follow you. Does everyone?
Sure.
Yeah, we will.
It's only brief. I'm just.
Okay.
I know, staying together is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is only a bit brief. If it's a door that looks.
No,
of course, it might be a problem if we've got to go back
No,
into
the problem is
the lab when we
portals.
fall asleep again.
And they can turn off at will, at someone's whim.
Yeah.
We don't want to be separated.
Yeah.
Okay. So you reach to the you get to the top of the stairs and there's a stone across the top of the
Like a stone
stairwell.
wall. Like
just like a stone door.
a stone door.
You think it's a
A
door
doorway
because
or a trapdoor?
you think it's a door because the stairs go right up to the stone.
But like there's a stone in the ceiling, i.e. the floor above. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
That is correct.
Does it move?
How do you try to move it?
Well, no, I was asking our paladin at the front of the line to say, does it move?
Does it move?
How would you like to move it?
I'd like to
With emotions.
just Just-
Caress it slightly.
just push against it.
You push. Give me a strength check.
Stroke it and whisper sweet nothing is in it to you.
I mean, isn't that how most portals activate?
Don't force it.
According to Drazel's novels, yes.
I mean, it was changed for
18.
the novels. I didn't know this one.
Yep.
18.
18, you put your muscles right behind it and push. And the first thing you hear is the creaking of your joints before you decide to push on through and break something.
I was going to say, Penalty would say behind,
Break
don't force
something in
it.
the door or me?
In you.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm trying.
But you put all your strength behind it, and you could hear your body reacting to the pressure.
So it's like the stairs go up and then just stop.
It's like the stairs go all the way up, and you can see that the bottom step is actually flush against the stone.
Oh, okay.
Like, if the stone
Like
was
to
not
the
there,
ceiling.
it would be a nice, easy staircase going down.
Mm-hmm. And by the look of things, because you can look off the side of the stairwell, you can actually see the stairwell goes all the way up on both sides, and it basically
In my head, yeah, I see it now.
because
Yeah.
there's no railing,
Yeah, I see it now. And it's not moving?
it's not moving.
Well, let's go back.
Yeah. Let me have a look.
Let someone else have a look.
Okay, so you walk past as Praedia walks up.
Yes, I'm just having a look around and see if I can spot anything that'll be a mechanism or anything like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's got a really good perception check.
24.
Yeah,
24.
Too. Mine.
Okay, you see some grooves that look like they could be handles. That were just hidden in the stonework.
Yep, okay. I will give the handle, the handle type stuff and either give it a slide or a tug or a pull.
Okay.
I'm not putting great strength into any of it.
Okay, and it just slides soundlessly across to the side.
I guess the answer is yes. It does open.
Okay.
And
You see through.
you can see the chapel above you. And all the statues there.
See, Pretty got touchy feet with the door and it worked fine.
So Drozzle behind you
Yeah.
says, must be how you stroke it.
That's what you said in the books.
Lani very good at stroking. Many
Well, I
descriptors
guess now
work
we don't
well.
have to go to the garden.
I
Right.
do know of someone who.
Have we been in this room?
You
There is-
guys have
no,
been
exactly,
around
no.
the temple,
No,
we have.
No, yeah,
Not
I
yet.
think so.
In the chapel,
Yeah,
we have.
haven't, no.
No, I do know
Lani.
someone who rolled against his seduce for a door and had it work. Admittedly, somebody else had just finally succeeded on his lock-picking roll, but he ignored that.
Fair enough.
I was waiting for it to be. But in saying that, it shouldn't be a pull door if it's going upstairs. Because
So we come out into the main room of the chapel.
Well,
which
it's like
statues.
gross.
Yeah, I know.
No,
but-
that's what landings are for.
No.
But this is a slide door.
I know,
So
but
it's a
Lani
long-
was saying it's probably going to be a because I was pushing against the
Oh,
door. Lani
yeah.
was saying that
It's
Pull
probably going
door.
to be a pull door.
I've had a few doors like that.
Well, there's the thing. This one's an anti-push, anti-pull door.
This one's not school for the gifted.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary
No.
Larson.
Yeah.
Far side.
Yeah.
Alright, so you've been up here before.
So but we're in the you said with the statue, so we're in the main
Yep.
part of the chapel.
Do we need to be
Oh, yes,
do we
yes.
need to be back here?
Yeah.
Is there something that we need to do in here?
Nothing specifically, but it's nice to know that there's a way of actually getting
Okay.
between the chapel
Was this the one
and
with all the items on
the wing we came from
Okay.
without going through the garden.
What?
Each statue had like some kind of item it was holding.
And tried very hard to get titles to take something.
Yeah, don't. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Everything is a trap.
Yeah.
And a reward at the same time.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Alright, well shall we just go back to the
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go
Yep.
back.
Yep. Penalty will close the panel again.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm gonna slam the shit out of that door.
This one slides the other way.
So
You slam it so hard.
you slam it shut.
It
Oh
goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually
Ow.
close.
Look, you broke it. Doesn't close now.
Would you like coffee?
You're being horrible on business.
Arian was offering.
I'd love coffee,
Sure.
yeah. I'll have a cuppa if it's on the offer. No, it'd be one of those things where it's like, because I'm being a chippy, if you'll work on cavity sliding doors,
Yeah.
sometimes if you pull them too hard, they actually don't move. Like they just joint and they kind of
They
wedge
lock up,
themselves in the
don't they?
rail.
Yeah.
So you kind of like pull in. Oh, it's kind
Yeah,
of
so so you yank it and nothing happens.
just close it. I'm gonna walk away from it. I'm walking away from it. I'm walking away. I don't want
Ah, now you see how things will work. What I do.
Pettidew will quietly close the door behind him as he brings up the rear of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does move slowly as you slide it with your finger. You do one finger. It was designed by wizards, for wizards.
I cast Branding Smite.
On the door.
No.
That's kind of amazing, though. A door that will not be opened unless you use too little strength.
Yes.
I've actually physically installed doors like that.
Yeah,
for-
you've got to be gentle with them or they just lock up.
Yeah.
It's in the.
It's the door that our party wished we came across previously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then we
a
can
lot
actually
of
open it. You know.
retirement villages and childcare centres use it to stop
Yeah.
Stop people
hands from
overdoing
doing
it.
stuff,
smashing
yeah.
their hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like slow,
Like soft
self-closing
close,
doors.
yeah.
Self-closing doors.
Okay, so yes, you come across the safety door.
Also saves a lot of damage.
There's some of my mates
Yeah.
will watch this back and just go, "You're an idiot. How do you not know this?"
Well, let's face it. When your door is a slab of stone, it's important for safety.
It's magic and mystery.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning behind it.
Yes.
So,
Okay,
yeah, but it's good to know that there's another place back up here that we can get out.
So yes, you make it back into the alchemical lab,
Mm-hmm.
and no storm this time.
No storm.
Cool.
No strange memories.
We'll have
So
a
we'll go through
the other passageway, the other portal.
Okay, as you step through it, you see that you're in a room with many corridors. So you see ahead of you a portal about 40 feet in, and right next to you is a corridor heading south with corridors branching off to the west at about 40 feet and about 140 feet, and just over halfway down another portal. So it, just so Jeremy gets a perspective of it and the other ones can have some idea, is you got lots of
Okay, yep,
portals.
we're coming into
Oh.
that top corner door.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that
107. Yep, okay.
that one over there.
Okay, yep.
Oh, and they're standalone. Just
Try and fit one of them.
I've done a square one.
Yeah.
I've done the square ones.
I like using this one for spaceships rather than the slab door.
Well, who's leading and what are they choosing?
You.
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
And you're choosing perception.
Okay.
I got really
Well-
perception as well too. By the way.
Yeah.
He'll go to the portal that was effectively straight ahead,
Okay.
as the close portal, and have a look through.
Okay, looking into that room. You see a sunken pit filled with clear liquid in the center of the room. With something the size of a melon made of thin glass floating inside with a large silver key.
But no one moving in there?
No one moving in there.
Any other exits from that one?
There is an exit on the other side of the room. It is a 30 by 60 foot room. 30 by 50 foot room.
Do we all see that or just?
Whoever's
Well-
staring through the portal.
Yeah.
When you look through the portal. Petitier's thought would be we're potentially better off just looking in the doors first before doing anything in these rooms because we don't need to.
I'm happy with that.
He'd be keen to actually just go and look at the other portals.
Okay.
How
So,
many other portals are there?
so you can
There's
tell
certainly a
that
few rooms in this space.
after a quick look around, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different rooms. Okay, so you move along to the next room.
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of that room, you see what appears to be a pentagram made from white paint in the floor, with amber-colored candles burning at each point of the pentagram, filling the air with amber smoke.
Just for clarification, in your world, pentagrams don't mean what they do here, do they?
Well, they're an alchemical, or they're an
It's a magical thing.
It's like
a
a
magical-
alchemist type of thing. It's not like, oh my
It's-
god, it's Satan.
It's not demonic.
Okay, cool.
But it can be used for that
Well,
as well.
yeah,
It
no,
can-
I know, but
it
it's
can
not-
also be
that's
used.
No, it's not the fixed thing.
It's like
in
a
fact,
temple.
In fact, the only reason it is got that aspect is because the Christian church went, we need something to persecute these for. We'll stop using them ourselves And then persecute these guys for using it.
That's okay.
So you can actually contact celestial creatures with
Yeah,
pentagrams
no, that's
as
fine.
well.
I just
Yeah,
In
so
the
it's not
D&D world,
not
a pentacle
connotation.
around with a
It's just
circle
magical
around
thing.
it looks like a summoning circle to me.
Yeah,
cool.
it does.
But then I don't know whether that works for like Pettigrew probably doesn't know about that, but he will say, "Cool, what do you think?"
That's a magical symbol usually used for summoning
And in the
or
center,
binding.
in the center of the pentagram, is coils of black smoke.
Okay, so there's something other there. Or
But that's through the portal
just-
where we can't hear or see, or we can't hear anything. from
Nope.
there.
So you move around to the next room along, and
Portal number 1.
in the middle of this 40 foot by 30 foot room is what appears to be a hole.
Yeah,
We can have a whole new laundry set.
you can.
Washer, dryer.
Well, for you, if you can.
And looking down the hole, you see 6
It's amazing.
beast-like humans.
Yep.
6 bestial humans staring down the pit.
Inside the pit.
Staring down the pit.
Oh,
Okay, we're in the room.
staring at
Yep.
Bestial as in humans with beast features?
Well, they're hunched over and seem to be gesturing to each other.
Right, so beast humans rather than...
You can't
Well,
see their
sorry, bestial humans rather than beast humans.
You can't see their faces clearly,
Yeah,
or
okay.
because you can't hear them. You can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
They don't have a tub of lotion, do they?
Not that you notice.
What's the lotion on that skin?
Okay, the next one you go and look in has only one door. This is the first one you come across with a single door. And it seems to be filled with dusty wooden shelves.
That's a safe room.
what's on the shelf.
There's nothing you can see from outside the door. But it is a fairly large room to have just dusty wooden shelves in it. So, and you could probably say that there's close to maybe 20 or 30 shelves that you can see from the doorway. Not going all, and you can't see all the way back to the back of the room.
Due to lack of light.
No, due to the lack of angle.
Oh.
Perhaps
Remember, when we're looking through the doorway, you can't actually put your head through the doorway effectively. You're only looking through the actual portal itself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious what's in here because we've encountered like invisible books before.
So look, what do we got? We got dusty
Oh, this,
shelves.
this looks like a particular one with no other exits than this one. We can have a quick look in here if you wanted to.
Okay.
Did we
Yeah, it's worth a look.
So dusty shelves.
Do you want to go in there before looking around elsewhere?
Can we check the rest of the doors first?
Okay,
Yep.
we'll do
Yeah,
that.
that seems fair.
Okay, so you move around and check a really long room. You can see pools of shiny, sticky fluid scattered around the floor, with the very center being a tremendous pile of treasure. The treasure pile being 10 feet high, by about 10 feet wide and 40 feet long, with most of it appearing to be made out of copper and silver.
Yeah, this sounds too good to be true. Let's avoid that.
Yeah, that's a trap.
Probably a
Dragon.
mimic treasure pile.
Dragon.
Illusion.
So Cameron, what sort of flavour coffee do you
Or
like?
poison.
Oh, just standard cap.
And Stefan, would you got to get them from the kitchen?
Most importantly, it all looks better.
Coffee from the kitchen. Could you get the coffee from the
Yes, they done now.
kitchen? You should be just finishing.
So we had, what do we have? We had pentagram room.
And then you've got another 2 rooms after that.
Yep.
So plenty of rooms to choose from. Then the room you're looking in appears to be full of dog kennels,
Puppies.
with the doors being the size for large creatures.
Big puppies.
Do we see any doggies?
You see 4 reddish brown dogs. They're each the size of a pony.
Of a what?
Each dog's the size of a pony, reddish brown.
Pets.
A puppy. Is it like
Take all of them. It's a
It's
pack
a-
of companions.
it's like Twilight werewolf-sized dog?
Well, I did see a interesting take on the Twilight, where instead of turning into this big wolf, he turns into a little chihuahua.
Yes.
Okay, so, and the last one you look into, I just wait for the noise to stop in the background. Okay, is a 30-foot square room, which is empty except for a 10 by 10 foot silver gate with a number of keyholes set into the back of the room. And a 9-foot long lion that is carved entirely from amber.
Oh, I want to put that in my pocket.
What, all 9 feet of it?
Yeah. It's not going to work, but I want to.
Well, you might put it in your bag.
So
It won't even fit. They've actually put actual physical size limits on bags of holding. So you can't do bag of holding. I can get a ladder through the opening. I will put a ladder in it. You can't do that anymore.
Do you want to go and have a look at the fancy amber room?
Yeah. I can put
Well,
Dusty
I personally
shelves.
start with the empty room, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dusty Shelf Room is.
Alright, Dusty Shelf Room it is.
Dusty shelf room it is. Stepping into it, the first thing
I mean, of
you...
course, I start with the room that actually had some critters in it, but were potentially either talkative or killable.
Yeah, no. Let's just go to the foreseeable empty room. Phase beast drop out.
Foreseeable. Empty.
Okay, so looking in the room, give me a perception check.
You want to be this, right?
Goods.
22 for
We're
Penny.
a Tibetan Mastiff.
Yeah. So if we recruit all of these big dogs they've got in here
We can all have a dog.
13.
as companion.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, I want to go to Raven.
Sounds like a great idea.
Sounds like a plan.
16.
I like the two dogs in the inside. People used to call me tall.
Right.
So what'd you get?
13.
Yes.
Oh, we're all doing perception check. 22.
Wait!
So what's the check on?
It was perception.
Perception, sorry. I did not make my perception check to tell that it was a perception check.
What's your perception?
That's fine.
Plus 5.
Some
Yeah,
people
she
can be
walked in the
front
front.
at it.
Yeah.
That's because
20.
she's got the trap finder who goes in front normally.
Yeah.
20 total.
20 total. Okay, and Jeremy, you got 20...
22 as well.
22. Okay, so the two of you managed to find the scroll at the same time.
Nice.
Now, which one actually wants to pick up the scroll? Between Lani and Praedir.
Well, so where's the scroll found?
On one of the dusty shelves in the back corner. These shelves only seem to have dust and cobwebs on them.
Are we talking a top shelf or a bottom shelf?
Probably a top shelf at the back.
I think Lani's taller than Penny.
Not that much taller.
Is an excuse, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
Maybe-
will.
Maybe you could turn into a werewolf that isn't evil.
I'm happy for Penny to find
Does
it.
it
That's
look
all right.
dusty or does it look like it's been disturbed?
Doesn't look like it's been disturbed in a long time.
Okay.
And the both of you find it at the same time.
Penny was looking actually from the shelf underneath. He saw the back of where the shelf didn't quite reach the.
I used to live next to one that came up to my hip.
Oh, that's love it.
Ridiculous
I will.
Oops.
He'll reach up behind the shelf and push it forward to make it easier to reach from above.
Yeah, I will gently grab it.
Okay, it feels like really old parchment.
Bit crackly.
Seal still intact.
Do I recognize the seal?
It's a symbol of the Amber family.
Okay. I will take it to the warlock.
Okay.
I don't trust this to not be magic.
Right.
So I take it to
I'm sure there's no magic in this building.
and I show this very old
Here it
dusty
is.
scroll.
I'm going to laugh at you, and I'm going to check this scroll out using my history and the ability to read anything I look at.
Me. And I can hand that across.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next one should be coming. Okay.
So, open up really carefully.
The seal cracks.
Well, I've got to crack the seal to open it up, yeah.
Inside you see it has to those who would be free. And you've got Detect Magic, Ronnie?
Yes.
Yeah, this thing is radiating magic.
Right.
Mainly necromantic.
Alright, so I'm going to be careful not to actually cast it while reading it.
And it says, to those who would be free, the secret that will break the curse surrounding the Castle Amber and lift the grey mist is engraved on the inside lid of Stefan Amber's casket. To summon Prince Stefan's tome from beyond space and time, 4 magical items are needed. The 4 items are the enchanted sword of Silair, the Viper's circled mirror, the ring of Ebon, and a potion of time and travel. Can all be found in Atruaghin, our old homeland. Touch the ring to the Viper's tail, anoint the sword with the potion, shatter the mirror of the sword, and Prince Stefan's tome will appear. Search first for the gate of the Silver Keys.
We found that, didn't we?
Silair, the enchanted sword, Sephora, Malashi. So has you should be looking for it in Malashi. Lions, the Viper circled mirror, Gaspard du Nord, and Peregrine, the ring of Ebon, Luc le Chaldronier, and Les Hebox Zymes, potion of time travel. And he gives you 3 names that you could chase up: Azdavark, Jahan, and Moramis. And it does have a note at the end. This scroll cannot be found, touched, viewed, or read by any descendant of the Amber family.
So we found how to get out.
We've got the instruction manual, yeah. Now we just have to find the bits.
Yeah,
But we have the thing, and they can't steal it from us.
But also, we can't ask them directly for advice about the information, except we'd have to actually write it down ourselves.
We would have to write down or read off the bit of information we want. Yes, we can't just show it to them.
So it's basically the curse that they're under, and part of the curse is they can't actually see this scroll.
Yeah. Which explains, or at least to an extent, explains the necromantic aspect to it.
Does the handwriting of the...
Is it signed?
Adrian got confused.
Yeah.
Someone said they were making their own thing. I believe that was
I did.
Paul.
Yes.
So he wasn't sure if Paul was Cameron, and didn't know if Cameron was making his own coffee.
So he didn't make your
coffee. But now he realises that, and now as soon as I walked in, I saw Paul. I'm like, so he's confused Paul with Cameron. So we've got one more coffee. But you didn't want any flavour.
No, just
Okay.
cappuccino.
Oh, that's just so weird. I always put flavour in.
No.
I'm teasing.
Cappuccino.
No, cappuccino's cool.
Okay, so that does give you a lot of information that you didn't have previously.
does the handwriting look familiar from any other writing we've seen?
Sorry, what was that, Jeremy?
Does the handwriting look familiar from any other writing we've seen?
It looks exactly like the headmaster's handwriting.
Right. So,
We found the silver key door.
Stefan de Amberville has written the scroll that indicates how to break free of the curse that he brought down on the family with his death.
Very much so.
Basically.
All makes sense to me.
So we've got to rescue him by breaking whatever he put in place. There's got to be a reason for him doing that. That's something we're going to have to find out.
Okay. Well, if we've got to go to Abaddon, we need to go back upstairs to...
Well, we found the room with the silver gate with all the keys.
Yep. I think we found one silver key, 2 silver keys so far.
You found a couple of silver keys so far.
Do you want to go try them? Because one of them, what did it say behind?
Yeah.
What did it say behind the silver gate?
We may also find out markings on the keys that distinguish them and also give us more info. I don't know.
The keys look very similar to each other, and the gate looked like it had many keyholes.
No, that's
I probably need a few more keys yet.
Judging by the portals, you put a key in, open the gate, goes to one place. Shut the gate, put a different key in, open it again.
Or you have to put all the keys
put all of
in.
them in.
Which might be why no one in the family's ever used it.
So I'm also questioning if we've got to go to Avignon to find these 4 items. Is it worth going back up to the library to, if not take a copy of the map from the library, which I don't think they'd allow, at least get a bit of a rough sketch of their homeland?
You can. You actually had it in the not in the library, but in their museum. Had a lot of that
Sorry, that's
stuff.
what I meant. The library, yes. Not the room with all the books where the tiger people were.
Yep.
But yes, I did mean the room upstairs with where it had pictures and stuff. Yeah. So, but yes, okay. Certainly, it looks like the gate is worth investigating. Do we want to look at any other rooms down here first?
It sounds like the first room with the sunken pit and the clear liquid had a key that possibly goes to the gate.
There's another key in that pond room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I don't know about the other rooms, but it could be possibly they also have keys as well.
So pond room, Hannibal Lecter room.
Okay, well, we'll go to the first room we looked at there, the pond, wasn't it?
The pond. Which we're going to need your mage hand.
Yep.
Okay.
So, how big was the pond?
The pond itself is.
What was the description again?
Description of the room as well is a 12-foot wide, 10-foot deep sunken pit filled with clear liquid, and a sphere the size of a melon made of thin glass floats in the middle of the pit. Inside it, you can see a large silver key.
Can we see how? I did say, yeah, we'll see. Well. Pettidier will dip a
Don't go in the water.
bit of cloth or stick or something into the liquid.
Yep, smoke rises up as you do so.
I wouldn't drink that.
And basically, you don't lift anything out of the liquid.
It's acid.
Yep, I wouldn't drink that. I wouldn't suggest swimming in it either.
Can you shine your mage hand over to it? To try and
Yeah, how far away is it?
It is 6 feet in the center of the 12-foot wide pool.
Oh, easy enough. I will reach out with mage hand and try and pick it up and get it out.
It comes to you without any problem.
Go, let's out of the room, out of the room, out of the room.
We have the key.
Out of the room, out of the room, out of the
We're
room.
back out of the room with me still holding it until we're out of the room.
Yep. You get out of the room.
Oh.
Yep. I check
Though if
the
you
wet key.
if you don't actually grab the thing with your hand and just with mage hand, it will drop in the moment you leave the room.
Right,
Because
so-
your mage hand doesn't go through portals.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, okay, we'll get to the portal.
I just sort of
And
give
then
you that
I'll-
warning beforehand.
Yeah. Then I'll
Certainly, yes.
get my tankard. Because it's the only thing I've got that's really a container. Actually, no, my mess kit, because my tankard I want to keep.
Does the
because
sphere
I've
look
got my
like
family
it's
on
full
it.
of liquid at all?
It
I'm
does
going
not
to-
look like it's full of liquid at all.
I'm going to drop the key into my mess kit because it's still going to be wet. I want to check that before I touch it. So into the mess kit and
Still
then
in
out
the
of the
sphere.
portal.
Oh, okay, so the
And then
key's still
check
in the
it.
sphere.
Okay, so yes, you managed to carry it out of the portal, still in the glass sphere. Seems to be very thin glass, because
Cool.
just putting it into the mess kit has cracked it.
Do I get any smell off it?
No.
Okay. Cool. Continue breaking it.
Ding.
Drain the liquid away and
There wasn't much liquid.
dry, cool. And dry
There was
and
no
dry
liquid inside it.
Okay, so we've got a key.
Okay. So take the key out.
You just pick the
Fling
key
the stuff
out.
away and clean the mess kit out.
Alright, one down.
Alright, we got one key.
Scratch that one off.
Well, that makes it 3 keys, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, because you've already had 2, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, to the pit fiend room.
Which one?
Oh, because my divine sense is
Subtle.
that's an action, never mind.
So the summoning room? Is that the room you want to go to?
Yeah, the ones that are all staring into the pit.
Oh, the one they're staring into the pit. So the
Okay.
number 3.
Okay. So yes, you go
So
into.
you said there was a key in there, yeah?
Could be, I don't know.
Okay. So, you step in. Are you going to step in the room first? Are you the gopher?
Yes.
Too much hesitation.
Cautiously.
You cautiously step into the room, just like every
Other
other
will
room.
charge past me anyway.
I
Charge
said,
past?
Yeah.
Competitive will see you and pull off to the side as soon as you go through and...
You charge into the room of the pit.
I'm not charging. I'm walking past him. He's going.
you just confidently
Okay.
walk in.
So, as Tidal steps into the room,
These guys aren't Will Wisps. I got this.
so you have been hit with the foulest stench you've ever imagined. This is worse than troglodyte smell.
And that's bad.
This is bad as
That's-
Will Wisp.
It's worse than
Well,
Moldy Curtain.
Oh, okay.
That will-o-wisp was only
Sounds
smelling
like
And you hear a guttural, grotesque language coming back at you that you've never heard before either. As they're arguing and pointing down the hall.
Have I heard it?
Alright.
This is before you enter the room, so he rushed past you and forced himself
I'm going
in.
to stop, turn around, go back.
And then the paladin steps through.
That's fine. As I bump into...
Competitive will be going
ask
through, but he'll
if
immediately
he's,
step off to the side and go into a corner with his bow
diabolic
drawn.
French.
I speak Abyssal.
Yeah, whatever that is. I think these guys speak
It
that.
should be.
Because they're dropping bombs and they're speaking diabolic French.
Mm-hmm.
General speak. So,
Baby.
be my guest and hold your nose.
Are they speaking Abyssal?
No.
Well, I am shit out of luck.
But they do sound like they're grunting and cursing in their language to each other. But who knows? It could just be German.
25 on knowledge religion.
Yep.
If you got 10 minutes, I could do comprehend languages for you.
You do recognise them as ghouls.
They're ghouls.
They're ghouls, undead. Abomination of Atruaghin, I think, from memory.
Yes.
Atruaghin hates undead, doesn't he?
Atruaghin does hate undead.
How many of them are
Okay.
there?
So
I will
does,
shoot.
There are
so
six.
does,
I'm
so
charging.
does Ilsendor.
Yep.
Competitive, take your shot as soon as you realise what they are.
Yeah, I'm going to join you in that. So I'm going to pull the crossbow out.
Okay.
So what you see...
Aren't you close enough to be hitting them with your...
No, just... How far away from the portal? Like, I just stepped through the portal.
Yep. That is close enough for your divine sense to trigger if it's still running.
It's an action, yeah, but... Okay, so they're
You
obviously...
can start it up again.
Yeah, but as an action. And I only
Yeah,
get
true.
4 a day. 5 a day. 4
Right.
days. So how far away are them from the portal entrance?
They are within 5 feet of the portal entrance.
Oh, well, no.
It's really
But the thing is, they are
Can't do the
arguing
cool-
amongst themselves around
Can't do
the
the
hall.
cool flash thing. Righto.
But the thing is, with all of you and with their actual skill level, they are no match for you. So you can quite easily overwhelm them with sheer numbers and many arrows.
They are low-level critters.
Oh, I'm going to beat the living shit out of
The
them.
funny thing
You
is,
feel great.
Well, no,
about
that's
it.
just it. There's no living shit in
when
them.
we first passed through
That's the
Mars,
point.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy.
there's usually 6 of us in the party. I was thinking we should just surround them and all push them in at the same time.
Oh, too late for that. I'm
Yeah.
following. I'm as fast as the arrow that you just fired.
Charge, wacky, thwack, 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 thwack.
So
Those-
with all of you going, they're all taken out before you even notice, and you notice that there were 2 bodies missing as Tidal sort of just looking off to the, looking down the hole, having pushed 2 in.
Just
Oh, right, yeah.
You did the simple solution.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
Back of the head.
I didn't even shoot anything.
Well, you still get
I
you
walked
still
in,
got
I
to
was
shoot.
like,
I don't care. I'm fine.
They're still moving down there. You can shoot them.
Myron's turning him to paste.
It's literally shooting
Okay,
birds
so
of
it's
arrow.
all gone. We'll have a look at the pit.
I'm turning him to paste. I'm still wailing on him after they're well and truly down.
Do you know the meaning of stop?
No.
So what can we see
It's
down
a
the pit?
paladin.
Just having a look down the bottom of it, you see a
No, stop.
When the undead's involved.
you see a very large treasure chest.
And a couple of ghoul bodies. plus a couple
and 2 broken forms. The
and probably a couple with arrow shots in them if they fell in after I shot.
well, the pit drops down 70 feet.
That's not
Okay.
survivable. by anything that breathes.
And even undead things don't survive that very well.
No.
And there's
Why
currently
we all gore
a chest in the bottom, is there?
What's the
There is a very large chest down in the bottom.
Was it again 1d10 per 10 feet or something?
It's normally D6 in this one.
Yeah.
Whereas in Pathfinder, it's half the distance you fall.
Yeah. And older versions, it's D6 minus 3 up to 50.
So
50 feet, I think.
after Myron's wiped all the gore off himself,
Yeah.
he's just says, "Yeah, that's what they were arguing about, how to get to it."
Has someone else got some rope?
I have.
Yeah, I got rope. I've always had rope. You know that.
It's D&D. Everyone's got rope.
Exactly. So,
Actually, it's a point.
Rope
gonna,
has rope.
I was going to replace all my rope with silk rope because it's lighter, but I didn't get around to it.
So we're level 8 now?
Seven.
7.
You were level 7.
8 is next level, and I get
That's
to
right.
power up and do cool stuff.
Is that when you
so
go fast?
yeah, tie a couple ropes together.
Yep.
I was just calculating how much damage I could reduce, but
I can.
Pettidy's happy to go down and have a look at this chest.
Yep.
I can belay Paradigm.
Okay, so you lower Praedia down. When you get to the bottom, the first thing you notice is there are tunnels all around you that have grey mist in them.
Man.
Oh.
so I can basically ignore 35
Okay.
As in grey mist, like the grey mist outside.
More
Yep.
portals.
no,
Not
no.
portals. This is the outside. Aha.
And that they have strange writing around each of them. They're about 2 feet high and about 2.5 feet wide.
Or it was 7.
So you'd have to crawl through.
So I can reduce 35.
Cobalt
so
size.
I would survive that.
And we couldn't go
Kobolds
through
would
the
have to
mist
crawl.
before, could we?
No, you could not.
Hmm.
Can Pettidy recognise any of the writing at all?
No, you have not seen this writing before.
Okay.
It's a free action.
I will take a look at the chest.
Okay, looking at the chest, it is made of old wood bound in gold.
Oh, okay.
And it is about I'll probably say a 7 foot wide chest and about 6 foot deep.
Okay.
That's
Oh my god, I got channeled in.
that's.
I will
huge.
examine the chest to see if I can spot any evidence of traps or mechanisms or things like that I might be concerned about.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
28.
Looking at it, this trapped chest doesn't seem to have any traps whatsoever, except for the fact that you're down a hole in what appears to be a center of a lot of different tunnels, and the chest doesn't seem to have a lock mechanism whatsoever, and you can probably just lift the lid.
Okay, I will carefully aim to raise the lid.
I get ready to pull him up if things go bad.
Give it keys first.
I get ready to help with that.
Okay, you lift the lid, and inside you see piles of amber gemstones. There seems to be probably about 300 to 600 gemstones piled on top of a amber tipped spear.
We just turn around and it's just glowing.
I will call
okay.
back up and say, hey, Paul,
Pull him up.
looks like we might have found some of the Amberville treasure,
Right.
but there's way much more here than can be carried easily.
Don't turn around
It
and
might fit in your bag.
I
the line
would-
statue.
You want to go out of the room and go
if
for
my
the
bag
line
won't
section?
take that
Oh,
much.
wasn't that in the... Oh, okay, no.
No, we're in
Much I'd like
That was
to.
a room that had the
They're
silver
at the
gate.
bottom.
Much as I
Right.
feel the need to. I think the important thing is that
So-
spear.
Brady is 70 foot down.
Although, like, a couple of pockets full of the gems wouldn't go down badly.
Lani's
You think each
on the
gem's
road.
worth
Yeah, for some
between
reason,
5
the
and
statue
10
was in
gold.
this room, not the other room.
Yeah, no.
So it's,
Me, you,
it's
and Lord are at
nice
the top,
as a chest.
flapping about doing stuff. I'm probably still wailing.
Well, it's a bloody big chest.
It's still, oh yeah, it's a bloody big chest. Plus, of course, there may be something under them.
Probably dented the
You would think
floor,
this would take someone a lot of time to get through, and the big trap is that you're going through it, all things attack you from all sides.
That's right.
Because they
It's
start coming in through the doorways.
not necessarily got heaps of time available.
Okay, this is something for me to sort of break my heart over, but I'm going to say, grab the spear and then come back up, because you could get attacked from any direction while we're unloading things. We'll come back for this later. I'll
we
mark
actually-
it down.
Can you
We
move the
say
chest?
that now, but we know we won't.
Can you
No.
move the chest?
It looks like it weighs about half a ton.
Well, I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
7 feet
Strength
wide
of
and 6
14.
feet deep.
No,
Yeah.
You
Full
can
of
just feed
amber.
your friend like 700 tons of amber.
no.
Why not?
Unfortunately, he's great, but he's not that great.
Oh, sure he is. Just try.
I know what the
Benedict
internal
will grab
volume
some
of
of
an
the,
extra handle
the
is.
gemstones
Okay.
and
It's
the
not that big.
Right.
the spear,
Yep.
and then
As you grab the
Close-
as you grab the spear, the spear lights up with green energy arcing all up it.
painful to touch.
Not at all.
Is my arm now on fire?
Nope.
Okay.
But it does light the room up in an eerie green glow.
Oh, much better. It's no longer grey mist. That's okay.
It's now greenish mist.
That's right.
Um,
Benedict will then
can I yell down?
give a tug on the rope to signal. Yep, you can start pulling while he starts walking up the side.
Don't pull him up yet. Can you kind of sift your hand through the ambers to make sure there's no hidden key at the bottom? Because I reckon they do something like this.
Yeah,
My
I would.
arm won't reach the bottom.
Your arm won't reach the
He
bottom.
said the chest is 6 feet deep.
Use the spear!
And what's that going to do?
Oh, I need to work it
yeah.
out.
Look, it'd need all of us down there to tip the whole thing out to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
During which we might be attacked by all those portals over there.
Another term for this chest might be double-decker coffin.
Yes.
Is how big it is.
And what we'd end up being, end up being used for if we went down there and did stuff.
You know, it might actually be a coffin.
Total size and that's what the hell I'm pulling up.
We'll come back for it later.
Okay.
If we need more, if we can't find enough keys, we can come back and have another look.
I just think you're avoiding work, Predator.
Look, I'm giving up taking all of those gems for this.
You just said you couldn't carry them all.
I'd find a way. There's a wagon in this place somewhere.
Kennedy was happy because they were actually gems and not just bloody gold, silver, or platinum or
Yeah,
something
so
like
you could carry that. Well, take a couple of pockets full.
So you're gonna
that. I did.
There you go.
wagon loads.
Okay, so yes.
Measuring the archways. Can we get a wagon in here?
Eventually, you getting actually, you could get wagons through there 10 feet wide.
Gonna say, and more importantly, there's enough space around the pit to set up a scaffold and a block and tackle.
Yep, there is.
Yeah,
And
which
so
we can do later.
when Predir comes out of the pit, you can see that the spear he's got really is lighting up the room around him. It's a
Wow.
bright green light.
So you got an amber-tipped spear. I'm presuming it's sort of magically strengthened amber, so you can use it as a spear.
Well, it's certainly magical.
Good tip.
No, Predator. You just glow.
You wanted to take magic?
No.
Oh, well, I do anyway. So
So you do recognize it as conjuration magic.
You have that green glow of youth, Predator.
Predator,
Maybe he's born.
that's concentrate. That's
Sorry, it's probably
sorry?
evocation magic.
Evocation magic. That's evocation magic. That may be an elemental spear, like a lightning spear or something. Actually, being amber, lightning is entirely valid.
I was going to say, being amber, absolutely.
So the
Can
color,
you-
the color you perceive, you'd probably think it more to do with the earth
Acid.
magic and acid.
Yeah. Oh. So it looks like it's amber. Ugh.
Well, I can hold
So-
up my...
An acid version of a lightning javelin.
So just as an example, you have Tidal, who has a ring designed by a water genasi that
Yeah.
uses the abilities of air genasi.
And my
Yes.
sword is an air sword, so it probably have like a air element to it.
So that they
And then-
can make weapons belonging to other people, just that it still benefits the people it was designed for, not for the people who made it.
So you could compare the signature between mine and the spear and
Yeah.
see if it's related.
Yes.
So now that
So-
I'm up there, are there any markings on the sphere?
Yes, it does have a lot of things written in that Francian that you've been dealing with.
Ah, that Francian.
Which I can translate for you.
In France.
It is basically says Bane to casters.
I read that out and then step away from it.
Bane to casters.
Are you
Does extra
serious?
damage
That's
to spellcasters.
amazing. You mean
Sounds
Widow
like a
Wisps
new
I can
spear.
take out with that?
Sounds like a Lani spear.
It may be a single shot weapon,
I would.
I
Yeah.
don't care. I'll make sure I use it on the right one.
or take it to an enchanter and say, could you make me
That
like
was
a
the problem
dozen
with
of
Widow
these?
Wisp. It keeps freaking casting out. If I stab it with that, it's like, oh, I got you.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it's one shot, you just go to
What's your
go to an
spear
enchanter
now?
and say, could you make me a
Yours
dozen
is
of these?
yours is trident, isn't
It's
it?
it's a lightning trident. So
Yours
it's
is
an air.
yeah, yours is replace.
This.
Reusable.
So
Sounds right up your alley.
yeah, this one.
Mm.
Yeah. Well,
Bane to casters could mean that like casters can't use
Okay.
it. Along
when we
with
do
it is
the next time we do a short rest,
helpful against
which is probably
casters.
soon, would be
Which
a good idea.
isn't
Well, only,
I
only
will-
if, only
hold on.
if Dazzle's willing to
Yeah.
include.
I don't know
All you
when.
need to do is try and
Doesn't
cast
matter.
like a minor cantrip.
The next time we do a
while
short
you're
rest,
building it and
I will
see
do an
if
it
identify on it.
What?
Yep.
Good.
Okay. So which room would you like?
When we do it, doesn't
I don't
matter
have
too
those
much.
spells.
I'm going to do the
Or you're like,
identify.
I can cast a
Okay.
cantrip. No, I don't have
So.
a cantrip. I can
Do what?
I
You
can
should
try.
use water. Actually, you do have a cantrip. I can
Yeah, you
use
do.
water on it.
Did Lani wish to carry the spear in the
No,
meantime?
you can't do that.
Penalty is happy to hold on to it, but it's not one that he'll necessarily use naturally. Well, he'll use it more naturally than most weapons he comes across around.
Yeah, I'll
You're
take.
fine,
I could take it.
Do you take it?
Yes.
Okay. As you pick it up, the color of the spear changes,
Okay.
Oh.
and it vibrates, and basically it comes off with a deep blue color coming from it.
What
Okay.
I'm talking about.
What's
So,
the element now?
And what's the natural affinity of Mackay?
Water.
Water.
Yeah. So it's taking on the elemental affinity of its wielder.
Because
Ah.
Atruaghin is certainly Earth.
Yeah. So it takes on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what does it
Right.
look like if I hold it?
Can I
You didn't want to touch it
cast
and
my
Bane to
water
cast it.
cantrip on the
I,
spell?
as
Just
long,
kind of
yeah,
wrap-
as long as I stay away from the
Okay,
point,
so
I'm
you
fine.
cast your thing at it.
Yeah.
It
Give
may
me
not like
a
you touching it.
Hold on,
wisdom
Yes,
saving
okay.
throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Hang on. Wait. Standing next to me, aren't
Yeah.
you? Add something.
He gets does he get advantage or gets he a plus one?
Plus.
Plus charisma modifier, I think.
Yes. Plus something. Plus charisma.
His charisma modifier. So you get to your wisdom bonus.
Okay, yep.
Do you have wisdom as a
Saving throw? No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it's my charisma bonus.
So your charisma bonus is +3.
I should probably do a reroll for this one though.
So you get to add 5 to the roll.
Yeah, I need a reroll.
Gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma mod, and I must be conscious. So yeah, +3.
Okay.
So it's a total of 5 to it. So you want to use one of the rerolls?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'd rather not die. Oh, natural 20 plus
3.
that plus the 3 is 25. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, you hit it with the spear, and you just manage to release the spell before you, as you see sparks of energy fly towards you and just dissipate before it hits you.
Oof, that was close.
Can I suggest we stop playing with the unidentified item?
Until we identify it.
Almost singed my face.
Then we'll play with it.
What happened to the water up the top?
The water just hit it and came down and hit the
Looks like it
Lani.
reflects.
Because it went down the spear and hit Lani.
Okay, cool. So apparently it dissipates spells back at the casting, kind of. I mean, it almost shocked me.
Very.
That's very
helpful.
cool.
Mm.
I don't know if you feel comfortable holding this now.
I'm going to wait till I identify it. The problem is to identify it, I've got to touch the frigging thing. But I'm going to be really careful and wear gloves.
Alright.
Did we get a key out of all that?
No.
Nope.
Okay, let's
Just
to
gotta-
the next room.
Magic
Which room
spear.
do you wish to go to? The one with the pentagram in it?
That's the next room, wasn't it?
That was one of the rooms next
We
door.
also got the dog kennel.
And you've also got the one with the big pile of treasure.
Oh yeah, the thing.
Okay,
Not to mention-
let's just do the.
Not to mention all the rooms left in the west wing that we didn't get to because someone fell down a hole.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do any of these other rooms look like they have a key in them?
Hard to tell because you can't see everything in the room.
and Tone and the rest.
And they've got a floating
The only
key
one that was
like
blatantly
Paul.
obvious was
The Paul had was the only time you've seen a obvious key.
Yeah.
Every other time it's been a side thing that you've found.
So
we
did
have to
you
look
want
at all the side
to
things.
press Y to fast travel back to the West Wing? Or did you want to try these rooms?
Well, you are here now.
Well, but potentially at least we could go
Bait us into
into...
doing something stupid.
If nothing else, we could go to the room at the gate and find out, get an idea of how many keys we're looking for.
Okay, well let's do that. We got 3 so far.
This is not the key you're looking
Okay.
Forever looking
for. Yeah.
So as you step into the room, it's a 30-foot square room, and you see. I think I even have a picture of it. So I'll show that to Jeremy, and then I'll show it to everyone else. You see that, Jeremy?
Yep.
It's a
We got a big
It's
lion.
a puppy.
And he did say it was a large lion.
A lion.
A
Oh,
lion.
nice.
that's the gate
Is it
behind
a
it.
It's the
statue
gate behind it.
or an actual like?
So I'll describe it again to you as you step in. I just thought I'd show you the picture. So set in the south wall is a 10-foot by 10-foot silver gate with a number of large keyholes set into its frame. Between the gate and the room's door stands a 9-foot lion seemingly carved entirely from amber. It seems to be one piece of amber.
Ooh.
The statue itself is not moving. And looking at the wall behind it, there are at least 20 different keyholes of different shapes. And looking at your keys, you have each key has a different shape on it.
So each key is a specific hole. We just have to have the right keys.
We need 20 keys.
20 keys. Wow.
We only need 3 according to the
Good.
instruction, though. But yeah, we're going to get all the keys we can.
Well, I mean, if it's a type of gate, one or two things. You put a key in, unlock it, open it, it goes to where that key's associated with.
Yeah.
Or you need all the keys to open the gate.
Or you need
Or
the
some
right
combination
3.
thereof.
Sorry, each
Yeah,
key
a
goes to a
combination
different
of
place.
them. Yeah.
But if you put the right combination of 3 in, it turns the whole figure off.
Okay. First of
Which
all,
is what I take to read from reading the instruction manual.
Yeah, so some of these keyholes are probably fake. Or
Yeah, some will be fake, some just go to other places, some may do nothing, but you do the right 3 and it has a specific effect.
Are we
I'll
in the
give
room?
Llewell an insight roll, considering you have read some of the writings of these people.
Natural 20.
Okay, so you actually twig to what it was designed for. Each key was probably given to a family member, and it would require 3 family members to work together to open the gate, which is almost impossibility in what you've read about this family.
Yes,
So it's like its own
Lakers.
fail-safe.
So strictly, it's a fail-safe. All you need to do is get any 3 members working together, which ain't gonna friggin' happen.
All their keys.
All the keys.
Well, nominally, each you get 3 family members together,
Yeah.
but we're nicking their keys from them, which gets around the whole problem.
And basically,
Which means-
if you turn all 3 at the same time, is how you activate it.
Yes.
Which means 3 people working together is what's required to open the gate.
Which means we don't need 3 keys. We only need 2 keys and a cooperative family member.
The family member needs the key.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
We've got 3 keys.
We got
Yeah, I was
three
gonna say
keys.
we have the 3.
Okay, first of all, does that dirty great big lion do anything?
Not at this stage.
Not at this
But
stage.
you also think that the moment you activate the key, you activate the lions.
Yeah, well, that would be how you do this. If it doesn't have activated already, it's got to do it when the
Lions.
lines happen.
Lions?
It
or
may turn
lion?
into more than one.
Yeah, clock's
A
online.
singular lion. That could
Magic does weird stuff.
Of course, if we use 1 key and then push the line through the resulting portal and then use the 3 keys.
in one of the possible keys.
Well, no, because you suggested that 1 key will do nothing.
Well, maybe. No, it could create a portal.
From what you read from the stuff, it needs 3.
It needs 3 for anything at all.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wasn't
right,
Luke
fine.
the
And it's designed as a failsafe because this is the portal that you read about that was destroyed.
Yeah.
So the point being that the portal only goes to one place, back to their homeland in France.
And the reason that you can tell now that it was destroyed was it required 3 family members to cooperate to use it again, and no one's cooperated in the entire time they've been here.
Sorry, wasn't Luke the Gollum guy?
Which golem guy there?
The guy I had to fight his Gollum.
who was willing
That was
to
Luke,
answer
wasn't
questions if we.
And wasn't Luke mentioned in the scroll?
There are more, not the same Luke.
Oh, okay. Then
The people mentioned in the scroll, you thought Luell assumed are people in the Atruaghin region that you can go to undo the curse.
Okay, do you want to just go and chuck the 3 keys in, turn them all at the same time, and yeet ourselves through?
Can I suggest that we want to go upstairs first and have another look at get a copy of the map of Avignon and possibly talk to.
Didn't even know there was a map up there. Well, that's good.
Okay, map up there. Get it in your memories. Make a sketch copy of it. Yes.
well, they have books in Francian.
That too.
Yeah. So you spend about what could be an hour traveling. Hard to tell.
Not that it matters.
And you get it back. You basically go from dusk to midday to mid morning. Or to morning as you travel to the different zones. So in depending on which zone you're in, it's the same time of day, and it never changes. But as soon as you step through the portal between zones, you go from one time to another time.
Gotcha.
Right. So
And you encounter a unicorn and a lady that they say, "Oh, don't worry about those people," and they rush you past.
Cool.
Do we get to talk to? There was at least a couple of the family members. There was one working in the museum area, wasn't he? That was
near the museum. Yeah, there was a guy you spoke to who had the portraits of the entire family.
Yeah.
We didn't
Does
murder
he? If we ask him about the contents of the scroll, can he elucidate on anything further?
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the moment you finish talking about it, he acts as if you haven't said anything. And it seems to be waiting for you to tell him something.
Okay.
Press the A button.
Can we, if we bring out random parts of, like random questions, or items that might be there, like a sort of whatever it was.
He seems to ask you, what are you trying to ask me? He doesn't seem to understand anything relating to what's in the scroll.
Okay. And does he recognise any of the names that are in the scroll?
Imagine you're saying something and you bleep out everything that's in the scroll.
Yeah.
That's where
Okay.
that was a whole bunch
So
of
imagine the conversation. He's trying to understand what you're saying to him, and it sounds like you're speaking nonsense.
Yeah. So not only can they not see, read, or interact with the scroll, they can't actually hear or perceive any of the contents that are in the scroll.
That's what you believe, yes. You believe the person who set this up completely screwed his family over for killing him.
Yep. And did a bloody good job of it.
Tell me.
Can we do a bit of research in the library and the museum for the items and all the names?
Yes, you are able to look it up, and you could find that each of those locations mentioned is a township in Avignon.
In Francia?
Yeah. And you have a map, which I will give you later.
Okay.
So,
Very nice.
and so when you look it down, it has a whole lot of stuff there for you.
Nice.
And so that was where they had the Amber family tree, which I might send you out later, so you can show the others that.
Yep.
And this was the scroll itself was handout number 3.
Yeah, if we can get a copy of that, that'd be great.
So you'll be able to see for yourselves what those were. And the rest of the handouts are the maps in that section.
Okay.
Just about how confusing it is.
Oh wow! So we've not seen much of the place at all, really.
So the only thing you missed in that section was that bottom area of rooms.
Okay.
Because you got up to room number 76.
Yep.
And you couldn't go any further. So you didn't see 69, 68, and from 70, 71, 77, and 78. They're the ones you missed.
It's worthwhile going
But
and
also
checking
looks like
things.
their staircase is going upwards there.
Yep. And you missed
And
that
probably another
entire.
floor.
You missed that entire floor there.
Right.
Oh my god.
So it's worthwhile actually going back to do things. We've got time.
But you're done. You're done most of that one.
Yeah. I know. We looked at most of the top floor of the east wing or the west wing, whichever it is. So do any of the... So the map had the names of the places. Were any of the other names on the...
That gives you an idea of where the dungeon was.
Oh, okay, yep. The passage from the wing and from the chapel.
And sort of shows how it's just underneath everything. So even if they did blow it up, there was no way of actually affecting above it. There was so much rock between it and the actual building above.
It was a bomb shelter?
It was a bomb shelter. Okay, so...
So do any of the... Can we find reference to all the names and items on the...
You can find references to them. They are things that were of importance to the family that disappeared when the family came to this realm. Because it was noted that Etienne had said they were lost.
Right.
Nothing indicating where they are now.
You do have on his scroll cities that you can go investigate in the other universe.
Which is through the gate.
Mm-hmm. Which may mean all your magic works differently because your gods don't exist there.
Can we get that?
But it might also mean you can rest.
There's still the connection between the Castle Amber and Francia.
Though
Yeah, but you trust that?
their divine magic doesn't work here in your world. So there's a good chance your divine magic won't work in their world.
It's not the magic I'm worried about. It's getting back to the portal I'm worried about.
Fortunately, in my case, a small
useless.
minority of my stuff is actually divine.
Yeah, but you punch things pretty hard. Right?
As long as the your gods exist in their world.
Ah.
That's where all my buffs and stats go.
There's someone like it, certainly.
They just have to listen to you and believe in you.
3d6+2.
I've got commune, or contact another plane. I can ask for, I can phone for a
But then
Getting
like
contact.
back to this one.
Here, great. But I can only do it twice.
You take it from the river.
But then like...
Well, do you think it's worth exploring the rest of the castle, or you haven't got enough information to go straight for the...
We can
Yeah,
go
We don't know what
for
little
Yeah, well,
experiment
the
true.
to find out.
bits, the stuff that we actually need
To
for
the
the
Stargate
instructions.
gate, I mean gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it
we've
is
got all
in
that
the
information,
Stargate.
I think we can find in the library and or the museum.
Yeah.
Like it would be a case of, the searching the rest of the castle would be effectively random searching to see if there's anything more to find, but I'm thinking that we're better off going straight for the, straight to Francia.
Yeah.
And getting on the track of finding the stuff that we need to break the curse.
Yes.
As we get it underway.
Yep.
I think we can faff about in this castle for months, if there are months.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there's
For no time at all, in fact, but
Yeah.
it'll feel
inside
like
the
we're-
castle. Then there's time, but there's
Once we get back and break it, we can go through it properly. We can squeeze them for all the money they have.
we can loot
I
all
wouldn't
the
necessarily suggest the trying to squeeze money from the prime prince of Galantry.
No. Seeing the
Put the
reason
curse
we're,
back on him then.
no, the reason we're actually here is to rescue him from being dead.
Yeah.
And the reason
and
we're
the
here is
reward
because
after
apparently
that.
we've already succeeded.
The reward after that may be, look, if it's in the castle, you can have it, or here's a big wodge of money.
And the other
Or
reward they're
possibly
looking for
evidence.
is that time doesn't unravel and they don't die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is the other thing.
Right. Shall we go to the gate?
We're better off going for what we're actually here for rather
Yeah.
than looting.
Yeah, let's
Although
go to the gate.
looting is really tempting.
To the gate.
Though, having travelled with Drazzle in the past, you also realise that taking things through time doesn't always work.
Yeah, sometimes you loot stuff and it doesn't end up where you're going.
Yeah.
But hey, if anything
It's
can
worth a
pass your
try.
time,
It's
it's
worth it.
Amber.
Yes, it's worth a try.
Okay, so, who are the three people putting the keys in?
And
Yeah,
are
I
you
will.
happy to volunteer to be one
I'll
of them?
do it.
Yep.
And Llewell does it? Okay.
I'm watching that lion.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting
Depending, of course,
getting rid of the line.
perhaps it might also be dependent upon which keys fit in which slots as to how high they are on the gate.
Okay, so you juggle it around so you can all reach the keyholes.
Yes, I'll take the tall one, because I'm the tall one.
And does
Well,
everyone
actually, you're
stand
tall,
on
too.
the gate side of the line,
No,
or
no,
do
I'm
you...
actually-
Elves are
or are you
like
on the
7
other
feet
side of the
tall.
line
Yeah,
from
no,
the gate?
I'm a little bit
You're- you're
Because
short for an elf.
people putting the keys in
Okay, so you
have
get
to
the
be
second
standing in
one.
front of the gate.
Yeah, you get the
short
second
for
one.
Between the gate and the line.
But if they're in front of the gate,
Oh, I'm
the
pretty
line,
sure
Oh,
for an elf.
sorry. You're saying lion,
6'2",
not line.
6'3".
Yeah, one
So
line,
we
yes,
can
but
Lion
Yeah,
facing
sorry.
me?
I thought you said
There's
face
also
on
the-
lion. I thought,
it's
what
for
lion?
high elves.
Oh, lion. Yes, that's right.
I think I'd rather be facing the lions.
Just to be caught, just to
Probably
be
back
sure.
to back with these guys. Just
Okay.
so in case
Yeah.
the lion turns
yeah, I just
around.
thought I'd ask.
Yeah, back to
It is important.
Yeah.
Because then we know if it turns around and starts going for us, we
Wait,
know
wait,
it's
I
actually
can cause.
coming.
I can cast a cantrip for any of this shenanigans.
Yes.
Okay. So what cantrip do you cast?
I'm looking for them. Bless isn't a cantrip, is it?
No, it's normally a first level spell. Or higher if you want to get more people in it.
I can cast message.
You cast
No.
message.
No.
You talk to yourself.
But I've got here. I've also got pass without a trace, and I can only use them once a day without expending a spell slot. Okay, I didn't know. That's all right. I thought bless was a cantrip. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay, so as they put the keys into the lock and turn it, so you're protecting? Oh,
No, I'm turning the key. Actually, I
You're
will cast.
protecting?
I'll cast bless on Tidal for a minute.
Well, it does it for multiple people, I believe.
Level 1.
Yeah, I think level 1 does 4 people.
I think it's at least 3 people.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the card.
3 creatures. Yeah.
3
Okay.
creatures.
1.
The people
2,
turn.
and myself.
Okay. So,
1 minute.
as you turn the key, could I get a perception roll from Tidal and from Lena?
Let's get bonuses.
2 attack rolls and saving throws. So 9.
Okay.
Saving throws. Good thing.
Don't worry about it, won't be necessary, I'm sure. But we'll all be fine.
Right.
I did terrible.
I'll believe that after it's
What'd you
happened.
get?
8.
8. Okay.
12.
You got a 12?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the two of you, you feel this, the back behind you light up as you see the lion, the lion start to turn its head toward you as it stands up.
Just kidding, I'm a dragon, not the lion.
I'm a wingless
I'm
dragon.
just
I'm
like,
Chinese.
let's go.
You say that as you turn to Tidal and you notice there's no one else in the room besides you two.
Oh.
What? It only worked for those 3.
And there's
okay.
and behind you there's this glowing wall of light.
You could dive into it.
Should we follow?
Yeah, you first.
I cast message.
Does the lion look like it's going, like still turning?
It's still turning, yes.
Still turning. I decide just try to go through the wall of light.
Okay, so Tidal perception.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, the god can't hear right now.
4? Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so yes, the lion has turned and focused on you solely. Doesn't seem to be noticing anyone else.
Say my barbarian friend? No. Yes. Fighter, sorry, not barbarian. Has disappeared.
What friend? You're looking at it by yourself.
Okay, cool.
As this lion has focused on you, and while you're glancing, looking around, trying to find the friends that you're expecting to be there, it actually attacks you.
Cool.
Now, for...
I have an evasion.
The
thing.
bless should still have an effect on
Not if I'm up and gone,
you.
You are not
Yeah.
on the same plane of existence.
so it wouldn't...
No.
Oh, would it? No, it wouldn't.
No.
Well, it depends.
It's concentration.
Well, it depends. It's either anyone within the area of effect is affected by the bless, or everyone within the effect when you cast it is affected.
So
At which point it's instantaneous, so the effect would remain.
it's first.
Concentration. He's
Yeah.
obviously not concentrating in this plane of existence because time doesn't happen.
Well, I know,
time,
but, I know, but bless is
I
normally
am not
not.
anywhere near your range at all, ever, in the
I
history.
just haven't read it for a while.
Okay, so it tries to
Yeah.
bite you, and he's an armor class 14.
That's a miss, I think.
I should hope so.
Yep, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Then it swings a claw at you and hits armor class 23.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's a hit.
Damn.
Okay, so
Where is this?
does 10 points of slashing damage,
Alright.
and then hits armor class
Oh.
24.
Yeah, that hits.
Doing another 12 points of slashing damage.
12, okay.
And here you are, alone, facing this creature.
Just pull out a chair and
jump
it'll
through
be
the gate,
fine.
didn't
Yeah, because I jumped through and stuff. Is
Yeah.
that when I get to wherever we are?
You'll find if he makes it through.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll see.
title.
Yeah.
So as a rogue monk,
I
crazy
so want
person,
the spell.
pretty sure you can disengage.
Yeah, I can disengage.
Okay, so Stefan, what would you like to do?
Put on your top hat,
He's using it
grab
right
your
now.
chair, and you'll be.
I guess I would attempt to disengage and like I want to go through the portal but not turn around and run. I just want to kind of back off.
Jump
You want to
down.
back off?
Yeah.
And
So do a
disengage,
withdrawal?
that'll be a back away.
Yeah. Disengage
Okay.
action.
Okay, so and then everything just goes white for you. Okay, so
Did it just bash you through the portal?
Well, no, I technically disengaged into it, so.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I am coming to the portal ass first.
You deliberately went through the curtain of light.
Yeah.
It's easier to go through when you go through with your ass first.
okay for
That's
Llewell,
just rude.
and Praedir and Myron. I'll eventually remember it off the top of my head. You're basically standing with your hands like this, not touching anything, in the middle of a clearing, surrounded on three sides by ancient trees.
Do we have the keys?
No.
Just
And you can see that they've been here for these are old trees. They've been here for what's like a millennia. You can see to the east opens into a broad dirt road. It's a pleasant summer afternoon, and you can see an unfamiliar moon in the sky.
What season was it when we left?
It was not
The,
summer.
well, of course, we were on the other side of the world then as well, weren't we, from our normal position, since we were in the Alphasia.
We're all of everywhere awayness right at the moment.
And there is nothing behind you except trees.
in the middle of a forest.
And then a moment later, you see Lani appear, sort of appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Super.
Just as probably just as title appears,
Mm-hmm.
Peter will be asking Clue,
Yeah.
in our research, did you see anything about how to find the portal from this side?
I can see them.
No, the portal. As you to get back to the castle.
Yeah, they're magical.
There is no portal here.
There's no portal right here.
And while they're
But I mean, like, in the research.
My guess, my reading of it, and my guess based on it, is that once we've found what we're after, we're going to be able to use it and get back.
Well, that'll call the tomb of Stefan.
Yes. It'll be a way to get back. But without finding what we're after, we're here.
Which Stefan? There's two Stefans there.
Okay.
Also, we're outside the
French
field of
one.
Castle Andor,
French
which
one,
means
okay.
we're probably hungry.
I'm gonna try. Well, because I just found this out. I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, and you find yourself looking around you, and the trees here are not familiar. You've never seen these style trees.
No, I'm more
Peter's
concerned
going to have a
about
look around
does
to see
my
if you can
spell
find
work?
evidence of any tracks or
Does your
movement
spell work?
or
No,
people
Pass
or
Without a
anything.
Trace?
does not work at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Any traces of anyone? Smoke in the distance.
You
Footprints.
can see smoke in the distance to the north,
There
and
we go.
smoke to the distance in the south, but they look.
And you said we're on a bit of a trail at the moment?
You're on a trail. This trail doesn't look like it's been used in recently,
However, it is a trail.
though it does have wagon tracks and horse hoof prints. So you think a wagon has been dragged along here at some point. It does. It does have strange wood sounds that you're not used to, so you know you're in a completely different forest than
Yeah.
one you've been in before. And it has a bog-like smell coming from some of the region.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
And how heavy is this forest moving? How far can we see effectively?
You can probably see a couple of miles, but you do feel as if it's a long journey. From what you can remember from the map you saw, you're in between Vions and Zymes, with the Castle Silair nearby, across a river.
Okay. Petitier's going to actually go for climbing a tree to see if you can get a better idea, see if you can spot any actual landmarks, and try and get an approximation of where we are.
Even Drazzle and the Bladesinger made it through.
Total probably asked if we can get some healing if possible.
Try.
Okay. You touch and you feel the magic leave you, but you're still feeling far more drained than normal.
Well, that's not a new character. So what? So if I...
You basically you don't believe that will be replenished when you rest.
So I use spells once, that's it.
Well, in the sense that you can't renew your spells, and you've got no contact with your god at the moment, so the god's not providing.
Yeah.
So the spell didn't go on?
No, the spell worked. He did healing.
Yeah. So my arcane spells should be
1d8
fine.
plus...
Oh, okay.
But divine spells.
Divine spells won't be, but I've only got one real diviner active ability.
You take 4 plus...
So once I've run out of my
I'll give you another insight roll.
warlock dices,
4 plus 3, 7.
14 goes to 20.
7.
Okay, so from some of the text you were reading, it hinted that the god of this world was trying to end magic.
So arcane magic might also be effective.
Thank you.
Bastard.
That's one of the reasons
That's
one of the reasons the
Ambrites decided to leave.
Because the world was slowly losing its magic.
Yeah.
Can I try my water cantrip to see what happens?
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, see how this world affects it.
You can't manipulate water with it. It's
Okay.
sort of you struggle and struggle. It just doesn't move.
Okay. Wow. Yep, this world is screwed. Do not like this place.
No.
And it's sort of you know how when you woke up from that dream where everything was perfect.
Yeah.
This is like the other way where everything is horrible. Everything here does not seem as sharp or as bright as your real world. Even your own sight has dimmed greatly.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And you feel unwell in this world.
I was going to say non-human might
Because
have
you're
trouble.
part magic.
Yeah.
So did my healing ever...
It
It worked.
It worked fully. You just don't think you're going to get that back.
Can I yell at Brady?
So be careful with your spells. Don't
I'll-
be jumping, popping on.
So I've got 3 level 1s left. 3 level 1s left and 1 level 2.
Yep.
Save it.
You still got the power of your sword and your shield, or your hammer and your
Drazzle
flail
looks as
shield.
sick as you look.
Oh, wow. Don't think I've ever seen him sick before. That's the first.
Problem, of course, is I'm a
Wait, what good is
spellcaster.
it? There's memory into my
Yeah.
my infinite memory?
Just
Yeah.
get
Whatever.
really good
He
at
did look
looking
tired
at
from
things from a distance.
giving you magic back. He had 1 level of exhaustion after doing so.
This is not going to be that
The
fun.
problem is invocations mean I'm
But every
partly
time he was going to
magic
give you
Yep, it's not
rest, he was going to take a
Which
little
means
bit
I'm
of
gonna
exhaustion,
feel
which
it,
means
so-
he could do it up to
Yeah.
6 times before he died.
I was just doing some spell
Boom,
research.
I've been
I
a dime
found one
for you,
that
mate.
was
Yeah.
probably
Brady!
really pissed at somebody. A flipped line.
Yeah, but it's like you're calling up a tree, man.
Yeah,
you see-
That's who we are.
So Prey Deer
You're
climbs
right.
up the tree.
Forever until it's removed.
It does smell strange. As you reach up and look up, you can see that there is something just not far to the north, maybe about 5 or 6 miles north, which has a building and a clearing.
Okay. Can you see the other landmarks to confirm, because you mentioned that where we might be on the map, based on what looks on the ground. I'm trying to get up high and see if I can get effectively triangulate a bit more accurately as to where we might start from.
Okay, so about 30 miles to the east, do you think you can see a riverbed in the trees?
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the closest landmark you can see besides what appears to be some sort of building and clearing to the north.
And there was smoke rising to the north and the south, is that right?
Yep. And that looks like that is probably about 100 miles or so to the north and to the south. And that looks like from a major population.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brady, are we in Francia yet?
Well, we're not in Kansas anymore.
I was waiting for that.
Right, so we're definitely going to... What's a
The,
Kansas? What colour is it? And we're definitely going to need the humans to front this. Because the humans are all there is, which means myself and Tidal and our paladin are going to have issues.
I'm against the tree metaphorically breathing into a brown paper bag.
That sounds a perfectly reasonable
Freaking
reaction to
out.
the situation.
Well, none of the trees here even feel remotely alive to you.
Do we don cloaks then and just pretend?
Remotely
Being
alive.
close.
You're used to
hoods
trees
up,
actually having some form
but
of sentience.
I
and,
don't look human.
life around you. These trees
And
just
neither does
feel
he.
dead.
Trees.
No, well, for elves, they can generally feel life around them. They've
Yeah.
been part of nature for so long.
Why don't we just?
Okay, so
And
my
then-
breathing gets a bit heavier.
Yeah, these trees just look like sticks sticking out of the ground with leaves on them.
Yeah, they're obviously alive, but they just stick.
How big are the trees?
The trees are probably go up maybe
No, like
3 to wide. That they are wider than you are.
Yeah.
This is an old forest.
Can I just duck around one of the trees without anyone else seeing me and check to see if that works?
Yeah, that's working perfectly fine. It's even lighting up with far more power than you've seen it before.
Oh, nice.
So I'm guessing in this
I'm not
world,
completely useless.
we don't want to appear.
And it's actually picked up a signal.
We wouldn't be careful no matter who we talk to or how.
You've never. It
Just-
gives you some strange symbols across the screen.
What symbol?
Yeah, some symbols have shown up, and
okay.
and you've got a word signal detected.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll hide it from them, so I don't want them to see that. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll close it all back up. Walk back around the tree.
If they've got a single religion going, no magic should exist, no other gods exist, we're suppressing all magic. My guess is they're also going to suppress everything that isn't basically what they prefer, presumably humans. So if you don't look human, you're going to have an issue.
Am I have to
Wait,
pour
if
the
you got
red water
hoods,
out
I'd
of,
say
out of
put
my
'em up.
flask onto the ground?
Oh,
I
yeah.
assume it's soiled.
Yep.
Okay. And what happens
Yes.
to the...
He still looks like a
So
soldier.
out of the decanter,
Yeah, so I poured a bit of
It's
water, or
fairly
tried to
routine
pour some
scheme
water into
to
some
get
it does
that.
come out.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too
But
much,
it
just
is,
enough.
but it is a lot
Me and
slower
the
than you
paladin are
expect.
going to hide no how.
So almost as if it's running on empty, sort of.
Okay, yeah, that's
Still
fine.
comes out.
Then I'll put it away. And then we've got some mud on the ground. Cool. I'm going to take the mud and start rubbing it on my face
Okay.
and my hands.
Okay. You're now muddy.
Yep. Well, I don't want to be a blue.
Yeah.
That would be around die.
So I'm guessing you should do the same.
And me, my...
And make sure my
All
hood's
non-humans,
well
just-
folded.
And then you look at Drizzle.
Get a bit muddy.
I-
Drazzle is...
I can't help you, Dress.
He's done changed self, hasn't he?
It's costume.
No, he can't hear.
Oh, he can't hear.
No.
Mr. Drazzle, you have to stay well in the shadows.
He looks extremely sick.
Sit down, Chief.
You've never seen him look sick before.
Sit down, Chief.
Yeah, well, he's a person of magic, that's why.
Yeah.
You do remember dragons are more connected to magic than elves,
Oh,
even
yeah.
though elves are creatures of magic.
Yes.
Would you like some mud? Would you like some mud, Noah?
He copies you and smears mud all over himself because he thinks that's the way you do it.
That's fine.
And now
I'm
he's fucking
I'm
trying.
happy for Dressa to do that.
That's all right, we'll
So
call him.
Kennedy will come back down the tree again and relate what he found and say, yep, okay, it looks like there's at least some sort of habitation only a few miles down the road, up the road,
Okay.
have a look at it. And there are a few other locations potentially nearish by, but the he'll then see Drazzle. So is Drazzle moving freely?
He is moving freely, but he does look unwell.
Does anybody have a healing kit or anything that we can help this poor bloke out with? even though he speaks in riddles, and we shouldn't be helping him at all.
There's
But-
nothing really we can do except getting back into a place that is magical.
No, I know, but do you even have a potion or something to help him out for now?
There's nothing that we can.
We could
use
drug
to
him,
help
certainly. Unfortunately, that's all the only thing
We
that
don't have a
really
healing
work.
potion. No one's got a healing potion?
Healing potion wouldn't do anything to help him.
Healing potion probably wouldn't even work here. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it may not work.
But it wouldn't help. He's just sick. It's not hit point loss.
It's a magic stick.
Healing potion. Sorry, a heal potion. Maybe we don't have it.
That magic
However,
spear I got that glows. Does it glow?
It's
here?
sort of a bit dimmer here.
But it does glow.
It does glow, but it is dimmer.
Okay,
It's almost like it's at half whatever power it was.
gotcha.
How's everyone feeling?
I'm not all that well. He's not all
Can
that well.
we just sit and chill for like... Do you want to just relax here for a bit?
No.
No,
I don't think
I
you're
reckon
any better.
this is
I
going
think
to
The
get
it
longer we
worse.
stay in this world, the sicker we get. So the less time we spend here, the better.
But in
This
this
world is
world,
draining
we
us.
need to find the sword, the ring.
Yes,
We need to
The
find
mirror
a lot of
and the
things.
boat.
Yes, but the longer
And
we
we
stay,
don't
the longer
have-
Drazzle stays here.
we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Can I suggest that potentially it's worth setting up a secluded camp in this location
That's what I'm thinking.
where potentially Drazzle can rest without necessarily exerting himself further while we go off and try and find the other bits and pieces?
Because regardless of whether we have a break now or not, I don't want to be running around low as shit with someone who's stupidly sick looking the way that we are in the middle of the night to try and find things that we have no... It
Okay.
could be on the other side of whatever world this is.
At the moment, middle of the night is actually absolutely ideal because people won't see us.
Yeah.
And they'll be asleep.
This area we're
Do
in
as much as we
with a
can in
giant
the night.
clearing with ancient trees.
Well, let's go to the location.
There's a clearing off to the
some
side
sort
of
of
the road.
habitation just a little bit north of us.
road. Okay.
Hold on, we're just checking out the local thing. Yeah,
Is
habitation's
this
first spot.
going to be a landmark that people know?
It doesn't look like it has been used much. It's more like a clearing off to the side. It might be a campground or something like that.
So yes, but very little.
And
I
it
was
doesn't.
wondering if it's well known enough where people discover our camp while we're away.
It doesn't look like many people travel down this road.
No.
Alright. Seems fair.
Getting out my time orb, does it work now?
It seems to be showing time passing.
So time is passing again.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Does
have
it
real
say,
duration.
Does it say a year or
It
anything?
doesn't have a year at all. It doesn't understand where
It's
this is.
time of day.
Okay.
He says night time, isn't it?
It is. It was coming on to afternoon, evening. You can see because you can see the moon showing up in the sky.
So
And
no
a single
sun's
moon.
out.
The sun is getting close to
Sun's
setting.
out.
But you are seeing the sky light up red as the sun starts to set.
Yeah, so there's no actual active sun. It's just that weird.
Well, it is getting
Well,
onto dusk
yeah.
as you're watching.
So time is moving.
Because it didn't do anything for me. Being sun fade.
Okay, then as the sun gets a bit lower, you see along the path either side of you, these metal poles just light up. Dink!
Blink.
Leading up,
They've got-
lighting up the path.
I see.
I look at
there
them.
you go.
They're not magical, are they?
No.
How close to the path are we?
How far off the path is this clearing?
Probably about 20 to 30 feet off the path.
Oh,
So
people
bugger
can
all.
easily
It's-
see us.
That's on the road.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. To the wherever you pointed
I
out,
was
Freddie.
saying if you're
Yeah.
going to set up a camp, it was going to be a secluded camp off into the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd have to find one that's actually in a good camping spot. I would
But
prefer that.
possibly,
I would prefer that to be not here.
Did you see a
and
place?
possibly if we find out what this smoke is nearby, there might be a barn or something that might be a more suitable place to actually rest and recuperate.
Yes.
Tree Monkey, did you see a place we could go to?
Yeah, you said-
As I said, there's a place only a few miles down the road, seemingly.
how many miles?
About
Cheers.
Less than a couple of hours walking.
about
Alright.
2 hours walk.
Should we go there
Are
then?
we going to start pushing
Yes.
into exhaustion?
Not at this stage because you haven't been doing a lot of travelling.
Okay.
No. We're tired and we're
You
feeling
guys may just
ill,
go rest.
but we're not exhausted at all.
Okay.
We've got enough for 6 hours walk out in us.
Righto.
I was gonna say if the closest thing to us is 5 miles away, that really should only take us about like hour and a half to get there.
Okay, so
Stick my arm under Drazzle.
Yeah, be an hour and a half. 'cause
Does anyone have
he's very-
paint?
moving
What are the odds of
He's
someone
very heavy
We have
armor.
cloaks and things.
Cloaks?
Yeah.
Drazzle
On
gives
the
you a
cloaks
cloak.
go.
Would you like a green, a red, or a white cloak?
Green.
Okay, you're given a green cloak.
Oh, those cloaks are protection, aren't they, Drazzle?
He
Nice.
pulls out a green cloak and puts it on you.
I'm putting it on him. Don't worry about me.
No, you get one too.
Because I'm going to help him get down there.
Well, he-
Yeah, but we also want to cover your features.
Yeah, you would
Yeah,
have
so
covered you too.
So he has a white and a red one as well.
Wasn't Drazzle already wearing one?
He did. He wasn't wearing them.
Oh.
He didn't need to wear them.
No, but you know what? I'm going to get under his shoulder to help him walk, and then just like disguise our features with a cloak. So
He
give him the
is
green.
probably the heaviest thing you've helped carry on.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have
Because
to
he's
fucking
pretty
help him.
much like solid.
Yeah.
Mass.
Strength 14, baby.
I'm happy to help him dress in the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so you travel for 2 hours, and then you see around the corner what appears to be a roadside inn.
Okay.
Walking along this path is probably more solid a path than you've ever walked on.
Like a stone path.
It looks like stone, but it's not stone.
Okay.
What
It
colour is
has a smell of tar to it,
And it's black.
and it's black, yeah. But it has
I
stone
really
mixed
don't
into
want-
it.
I really don't want to medicate. I don't want to medicate. I really don't.
It's
Do you
actually
have
softer-
white markings?
it's
That's
actually
like-
softer than stone. But not to someone wearing shoes.
It does have white marking on it and little things embedded in it.
Is,
Right, okay.
is anyone around? Is anyone looking
No.
at us? Is anyone following
No,
us?
no one at this stage. You're just walking along this
Yeah.
pathway, and then you see
Oh,
this
right.
timber building that's 3 stories tall and surrounded by a wall, with an open gate. And in the courtyard, you can see some metal carriages sitting there with strange wheels.
Oh, this was the clearing, was it?
This is the inn.
The roadside inn.
Yeah.
Humans are up.
I thought we were going to the clearing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
that
no,
is
we've
the
gone
clearing
from the
to
clearing.
Oh.
This is a different clearing.
This is a 2-hour walk from the clearing.
Yeah, because we're trying to find.
Yeah.
So humans are.
And it's split up with the same sort of lampposts and a big sign that is glowing with seems to have some sign of food on there that flashes on and off.
What's the wording say?
For you, it says the Inn of Bonnie Duessence, but for everyone else, it says Francian something.
I will
What
read out
language
what it
is
says
What
to me.
language? What language?
Francian.
It's
Francian.
Francian.
Yeah.
French.
Oh, it's an actual language. I thought you were just.
No, no.
Okay. Yeah. No. That's
We're
yeah.
in modern France.
Yeah.
So you think it's
So-
more like
It's us
1910
misrepresenting the word.
to 1920 France.
Early.
So are
Early
we going to send
20th
the humans
century.
in?
Yeah, we'll stand on the
Right.
edge.
So it's a lit sign, not a neon sign. Right.
I want to drop them. Is there anywhere I can go duck off and to the toilet?
It'll have an ounce.
They do have a pile of little rooms outside.
No, like I want to hide from other people.
Well, there are these pile of little rooms out to the
Alright,
side that
I'm
there are
gonna
people
go hide
gathered
it.
around.
So no one's around?
No, there are people gathered around those things,
No.
smoking.
No, I want to hide.
You want to hide in one of the
you want to be behind
carriages?
something.
No, I want to like walk away. Like so,
Is there a barn or a garage somewhere?
are we all just standing in the open, holding a
No, I
dragonborn?
assumed we were
You're
off to the
looking
side.
around the corner at this from a distance.
So yeah, so we want to send the humans in while us non-humans hang back.
You can go into the trees nearby while they go into the place. Yes.
While I'm in the trees, can I find a place to hide from everyone else?
Mhm.
Can I check the thing again?
Mhm.
Has anything
Ooh.
changed on it?
The
from
symbols have changed,
What?
and it still says
Ooh.
connection found.
So connection found now.
Mhm.
Can I start pressing button?
You can, and it starts beeping at
Wow.
In the whole time that I've had it, would I know how it works? Okay.
you, and it's never done this before.
Oh, yeah, no, I figured as much. So what does it say now?
Still says connection found.
And button is doing nothing.
It beeped at you.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
If I-
so
oh, sorry, but if I activate it, does the crossbow still come out?
it does.
Does the shield still come out?
Yeah. But they're a lot faster.
Yeah, put it all back.
Really well. Look, they live in like these tiny little huts and smoke around.
So, Pettidier and Lani are going into the building.
But they're like
Yep.
the same size as the huts. How can we live in that?
So
Okay, so you
There may be accesses to
as you're
follow
walking
the
across
routes.
the path heading in there, you see two bright lights coming from the north and sound of a animal growling coming towards you.
Get off the road, maybe.
I will move to a spot with a tree at my back with the bow drawn.
Get in
Towards
amongst
it.
trees.
Okay.
What does-
Get
oh, do we all hear it?
Get off the road!
Do we all hear
You do, but you're also hidden in the trees at
it?
the
Yeah.
time.
this is bad because I don't think my character would move. I take a defensive stance to the side.
Okay. So Praetor stands off to the side with his back to the thing with his bow ready. You're standing there with this defensive stance as these two lights get closer and closer and then just turn into the inn. And you see, as it comes into the light, a metal carriage moving by itself. Coming to a stop
It's harder to
with
make
a loud bang. That startles you.
Alright.
Is
Is it one of the ones without the top?
No, it still has a top on it.
So it has a top. Okay.
And then out of the metal carriage get people in grey uniforms.
Yeah, Benedict makes a comment on it. Says, "Bloody tall gnomes."
Oh no, we're in France.
We're in 1910s France.
And yes.
Okay.
And while you're sort of staring at that, you hear the growl of something flying overhead, which reminds Lowell of the gnomish inventions, but this one sounds angrier.
Probably faster.
Yeah, you see fly overhead.
Propeller and two sets of wings, right?
Yeah. Biplane.
After someone knows about that.
The people that got out of the car, do they appear to have any weaponry or armor?
That they appear to only have metal sticks and speaking in a completely different language than you've heard before. But they are gesturing towards the people mingling around the outdoor houses, and they all seem to be heading inside.
Alright.
Benedict will we'll talk quietly to Liney, saying, perhaps we can look through a window or something first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What do we need?
I put
So Benedict's going to sneak up and
to the
take
side.
a look through a window or something.
Okay, give me a perception roll as the two of you sneak up.
20 for Benedict.
Okay.
Don't you roll?
So you see that there is. You can roll as well.
13.
13. Okay, so you do see that there are a bunch of these Francians inside here with, and they all look to be scared of these newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy, you notice that the newcomers are pointing metal wands and staves at these locals, and have them lined up in terror against a bar.
So those sticks are very obviously weaponry.
They are weaponry. And
How many?
And one of them
How many-
seems to be having some sort of device that is making beeping noises as it's scanning the area, looking for something.
Sorry, who was that?
Well, one of them there.
One of the grey uniform guys.
One of the grey
And how many
uniform
grey
guys.
uniforms are there?
There are 6 all up.
And how many bar patrons?
There's probably about 20 or 30.
Okay, these guys are terrorizing everybody very deliberately. Do we want to be the heroes and do something about it and get locals to help us?
And
Well, so
you
Benedict
would-
actually, like,
No.
he's looking to, first of all, check can he, do the windows have shutters type stuff that he could potentially draw open quietly to then
They do.
shoot an arrow through?
They do. And as you're doing so, you see he seems to be pointing his beeping box into the forest where the others are hiding. and it seemed to be registering something in that direction as you open the window.
Okay. So Lani is close enough. Is he seeing this as well?
Lani doesn't notice any of this because Lani's just noticing the people in the lineup.
Yep.
But you do also notice that the box he's holding seem to have the religious iconography you saw in their museum.
Oh, the box that is beeping.
Yep.
Okay. Petity is going to silently indicate to Lani that they might be coming out the door, so be ready to jump them as they come out the door. At this stage, he'll give it a moment longer to see whether or not there's movement towards the door. If the group do start heading towards the door as all of them, then he'll take a pot shot. If they decide to only send a couple, then he'll probably wait a moment. So,
Just this is warning us at 10 o'clock. It's warning so it's 10 o'clock, so we know it's 10 o'clock without having to watch the time.
No, that's fine. I'm saying, but there's only 2 of them.
No, there's 6 of them in the room. There's 2 of them outside the window. So as you're looking at them, he seems to gesture to the others, and 2 of them seem to stay behind in the inn as 4 of them, including the guy with the box, start to move outside.
okay, I will indicate to Lani, who I'm hoping has moved to the be ready to attack from the other side of the door type stuff,
Yep.
that there were 4 coming.
Yep.
And then, yeah. Penalty's going to go for shooting when the effectively the second or third guy's coming through the door type stuff.
So you're going to shoot the guy coming through the door, or shoot into the room and the guy staying behind?
No, shooting at the guy. Shooting at the guys. Okay. He's tempted to wait to see if we can get them to close the door first, and therefore be less obvious coming through. But yeah, he'll see if they'll come through and close the door, so therefore the guys inside are less aware.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also figuring Lani will probably hit the first thing that comes through the door anyway, so he'll be ready to shoot at the guys outside initially.
Okay, so
Because, hey,
everyone
what can
can
they
make an
really do in this
initiative roll.
field with a metal wand?
Everyone?
They use metal useless, I know that.
That might go well.
So what did you get for total?
10.
Same.
Well, you are a while away, so what did Lani get?
20.
And what's your
Or,
dex?
yeah, 20, not natural.
Your dex will be more than mine.
What did Freya
Mine's
get?
3.
Yeah, mine's
Really?
Yeah, so you're up there.
What are we doing? Perception?
Yep.
Initiative.
Initiative. Oh, fine. Yuck. Mine's going to be the teens.
So what did you get?
Initiative. Where is it? Oh, there it is. 12.
12. Okay.
So barely in the teens.
So, Lani, you see 4 of them step through, one of them holding some sort of box, making noises.
I will hit the one with the box.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
I will,
Using your trident.
I'm not gonna throw it. I'm just gonna reach out and try to hit with
And I was
the
going to say, you're standing right next to them now, I thought.
Yeah.
So.
that's a 22.
Okay, you hear a big chime as the lightning arcs all up your trident as you're swinging it.
Okay.
It's far more impressive than you've ever seen it attacking before.
Okay,
And if you
cool.
hit the guy with the electronic device, it may not survive.
Sweet. Alright. Math is hard. 13 plus. No, it's plus 3. It's plus 2. 15.
15, okay, you hit the guy and you see the lightning discharge into him, destroying his body completely. Everything just
Holy! You disintegrated him.
and you still have another attack.
I'm gonna hit the guy next to him.
You exploded him at a cellular level.
Explodey boom. That was a 23.
That's also a hit.
Okay. This is great. I love this. Oh, shit. 19.
Okay, you swing around the second person, you see the same discharge, and the guy just completely rip apart with the arcing energy through his body.
Oh my god. This is great.
My spells. Okay, so
Their turn.
Jeremy, you just see two people get completely ripped to bits by Lani's trident.
Okay. Now I'm assuming the effect of the bleeding arc is no longer applied to me.
It's no longer applied to you, yes.
No, okay. Well, I say I'll be shooting at a third of the 4 that came out.
Yep.
AC, where am I? +7. AC 16.
That's a hit. But you do get sneak attack because he's unaware of you.
Yeah, well, I also get sneak attack because lining within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Yep.
sneak attack. That's
Yeah,
useful.
I just had a. Like, what's going on?
Right, so all of us fight while standing between you and the paladin.
Yeah.
23 points of piercing
talking
damage
general.
from a non-magical arrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically shoot him in the side of the head, he goes down.
Ow?
The arrow sticking, poking out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like one of those.
I only get 1 attack.
You only get 1 attack?
Yep.
Okay.
How many are left?
1.
I will. Yeah, so effectively, I'll take a look in the window to confirm whether there's been any reaction from inside yet.
The sound wasn't that big.
Yes, the cracks from hers might have been there.
And did the door?
It wasn't that loud.
And it's also
Did the door
it's
get to
lightning.
close, or is the door still open?
Door's closed.
Oh, okay, marvelous.
And so Llewell is
Is
up next.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast
Sure.
because hey, it exists. And he's going to wear both of them. That and that and that. 22 for my first hit,
Okay, it hits.
and 11 points of damage.
Okay, what sort of energy effect?
It's
is
force.
it? Force. Okay, so you see your bolt physically
so it's a
travel.
straight punch.
You see your
Yeah.
physically traveling through the air, making a sound as it flies through. It is basically distorting the air as it moves, as it screams into the person, and then you see it hit the guy and throw him right through the door into the room, leaving parts of him behind.
Gee, thanks,
Oh.
thanks, Claw.
As the door itself gets knocked off its hinges.
So he's down.
So much for
Most of
suffering.
him's down, yes. The
Yeah.
other parts of him are
It's
dropping.
still
yes.
bouncing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. I wanted to keep doing that.
You do have 2 shots, I believe, with your Eldritch Blast. You can see 2 more in there.
2 more grey suits.
Yeah. Both pointing their metal items at people.
Both being very rude in public.
And probably looked a bit shocked at the fact the door just blew in, but they haven't really had time to react.
Yes. And in fact, at this level, I've got 3.
Okay. So,
So,
you shoot one at each.
I'm sure this will make the locals happy. Flying around magic.
Oh God! I just got a natural 20.
Yeah.
Wasn't max damage, but it was not far off. 15 points of damage on a nat 20.
And what's the other one?
I think I just punched a hole through him. And the other one, I got an 18 on the die. For
him and his children.
yeah, and 13 damage.
Okay, so the third one just goes off. I'll do that one first before I describe the natural 20.
Yeah.
It goes off with the same sort of effect. A roaring sound as the bolt goes, visibly seen by everyone going through the air, strikes the one of the guys, sending him flying into a wall. And your critical one, you actually see the light itself darken around this bolt of pure energy, ripping the ground up as it's flying along the path. And basically the door itself frame bursts asunder as it flies past, knocking Lani out of the way as he goes into the room with a detonation bigger than anything you've ever seen before, as part of the building starts to come down around it.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Plus
good job,
little-
Paul.
little-
Well
plus-
done.
plus
Kill all the civilians.
Plus little sparkle motes and petals.
None of that is actually here.
Oh. So I've just basically fired a heavy blaster 3 times.
Pure power.
Yep. And basically you're seeing part of the building itself collapse inwards where you hit. This is not the Elfin Forest anymore.
Should we go and do something about the innocents?
As you're actually seeing energy spark around the building as well.
Ah.
So I got knocked out of the way. Am I
Yeah.
knocked? Am I
You're
knocked
not
down
prone.
or just not?
You're
okay,
not
knocked
prone
down.
because you've never been hit by that sort of blast flying past you before.
Okay.
This wasn't normal.
That was weird.
This is the Star Wars movie version of I'm going to blast it.
Yeah.
Are we out of?
Are we out? Or are we back to the top of the round?
You seem to have taken out all the combatants and buried the people.
So we're just standing.
I was gonna say,
We're
is
just in the
there,
forest.
is there a window where we can knock out?
Well, you look inside, and most of the inside of the building, the upper floors has started coming down, and most of the people are hiding by the bar where they were lined up. Bits of the thing have hit the bar and it's just holding above everyone. If they'd been standing at the time, they probably would have been squished.
Right, let's get in and get.
But they had been.
Is it possible to knock out a window and help them instead?
You can, but what do you say to them?
Sorry.
Just wave them
this.
out.
Okay, you're seeing a lot of people that are missing one of the core elements of life as you know it. These people don't have any form of elemental affiliation as far as you can tell.
So they just look
They look
strange
weird.
and weird.
They look weird.
Yeah.
There's no magical life essence in them that you can see.
Is Lani particularly strong?
Yes.
Because maybe she could go in there and actually at least try and hold up one of the ceiling beams long enough for people to get out.
Yeah.
It'll be
You go in and
too.
yeah, well, you either go in, you can actually hold the beam up enough to get people out.
Yeah.
You get everyone out who wasn't dressed in those weird uniforms. One of the guys is completely smeared against the wall.
Oh.
He just looks like someone's taken him and pressed him against the wall until he was flat. There's just gunk everywhere along that wall.
That's so.
So
And that was
while
one of the
Lani's
major
there to
supporting
hold the
walls.
beam,
Oh.
the old shabby guy in the tattered robes is whistling.
Yes.
Going, come on,
Yes.
move!
Obviously, expressing magic in a place that has no magic is a bit extreme.
Well, as far as you can tell from what you've read about things, no one's used magic in this place for so long that when you call for the magic, it comes.
Yeah.
It's there. It's
It's-
been waiting for someone.
It's still there, just no one's using it, which means we've got lots of it available, just we can't get it back. Unless we work out a way to do that.
Unless you can commune with this place and adapt to it.
Can I sit in a tune? France?
Oh, how far away is the river?
I actually have
Couple of miles.
I actually have a ritual for exactly that.
I don't know.
And yes, so this was a big 3-story building that as you get everyone out, and Lani gets out and lets the beam go, the whole thing just collapses in on itself.
Right, so if what we wanted was in there, we're going to have to search the rubble for it.
Yeah.
This was not one of the listed places.
Oh, good. So it's just a mess.
Can I try speaking with one of the people?
Sure. What language do you use?
I use common.
You use common. and you just talk at it, they just look at you strangely.
Okay, cool.
And then they talk at you in a really
weird.
musical sort of tone that you have no idea what it is they're saying.
Alright.
Pennedy's going to try gnomes because obviously these guys are tall gnomes since they run around in metal boxes.
Yes. Except that's not going to work, but yeah.
What? Are you saying they're not tall gnomes?
They do manage to recover one of their metal staves.
Okay.
Okay. Pennedy didn't try for it.
Yeah.
There's my message, right? I've been watching all of this.
You are able to message one of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I see who picked up the staff?
It is strange because it's like you're shouting at them.
Who picked up the staff?
I was like, shush.
One of them.
It basically comes through as someone physically shouting as he's whispering.
Oh wait,
If it was to yell, it would basically be deafening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Is it possible
When you
to-
message someone, it's a yell.
it was a civilian who picked up the
Yeah.
staff.
No one has it yet.
No.
when we were in Castle Amber,
We have the problem.
did we hear any of the people speaking Francian?
No, that's
No.
why we kept getting words wrong. Like Francian rather than French.
Yeah, no, but it was more than
That's what I'm saying. We
confirming.
didn't. Yeah.
But none of the Ambervilles actually spoke Francian
No.
Not to us.
to us.
Yeah, unfortunately, comprehend languages, which I do have as a ritual, is self-only.
Well, I'm going to cast a message to one of them who are standing over there and ask them to get the box that was beeping.
I kind of disintegrated the guy with the beeping box.
I know,
the
just
beeping
went
box
with it.
there.
The beeping box is still there. It's just
No,
smoking.
everything on him also went.
Oh, we all went.
He basically ripped two people
Did you tell me
apart.
that, or?
Yeah, go and get him a piece of wire
Box
that
doesn't
remains.
exist.
Hey?
The box
But
is gone.
You
Give me
didn't
the
actually
staff,
hit
give
one
me
of
the
the
little
guys.
wand.
You didn't hit the guy with the box with your blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, it was a blast of lightning, wasn't it? Sorry, yes.
Yeah. It's not
Can you
possible to
get me the-
stretch
can you
comprehend
get me the-
languages to other people, is it?
No.
The thing that they were pointing at the other people? Can you get me one of those little
I was gonna say,
sticks? Whatever they had.
the one that Predator
Yeah, the
killed.
one he shot still has its metal stick,
Grab me
and
that.
it seems to have a metal wand as well.
I grabbed both the stick and
Yep.
the wand.
So, how are the people from the building?
They are very
Are they
shaky.
reacting to us particularly, or are they just huddled around? What are they doing?
Yeah, they are huddled around near the outside buildings because they don't really know what's going on.
Is there anything else coming? Is there any noises? Is there anything?
Not at this stage because
Because that was one hell of a noise.
it was a collapsing building, which
Oh, it was a
sounded,
collapsing
which
building.
was quieter than
The sound of a collapsed
the vehicle flying overhead.
Quieter.
Quieter than the
Quieter
vehicle
than-
flying overhead. It was loud, but not as loud as that.
This place is just by itself, isn't it?
So it's a little roadside inn.
Was.
It's a quaint
Well, it still
little
is,
place.
it's
It's
just not-
it's a little, a lot smaller than it was.
Penadir will try and communicate in charades, whatever type stuff. Just trying to find out if there were any people who were likely to have been upstairs. Is it like worth trying to find anyone in there? So he's trying to actually get that sort of message across.
Okay.
Anyone might be inside.
Yeah.
From
Door check.
From looking at them, they seem to be all there, except for the three bodies three bodies inside.
Like the grey guys.
Great.
So we got everybody out.
They'd obviously, yes, the Nazis had obviously already got everyone downstairs to talk to them, and
And it got all the staff out to talk to them. So
It was also around meal time, so you're thinking everyone
Yeah.
was down for the meal.
yes, so all the staff and all the
Okay.
people, the visitors were there all in one place. All right.
Did we get did we draw a picture of a map of the places we need to go?
Yes,
we've effectively got a map.
You
Yes.
effectively have a map, yes.
Okay, I think we could maybe try to get one of them, show one of them the map and try to point on there, where we're trying to go.
Well, they point on the map where you are, confirming that you were correct where you are.
Cool.
And that there is the town to the north and the town to the south. And they recognise if you copied it exactly as it was on the map instead of the translation that unfortunately your warlock gets automatically, because you translate automatically, don't you?
No,
You don't?
no, I can read anything,
Well,
so I can read their
Yeah.
map.
Well, when you read you only see the things in a language you understand, so you don't actually
Yeah.
see their language. So if someone else copied it, you get it in the language it was written in.
Yes,
If you
Yep.
copied it, you get it in your favoured language.
yes, I'd be writing notes in what I understand. I'm not going to be writing in their
Yeah.
language.
You can't translate word for word when you read that way.
No.
It's the downside of language magic.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The only way to do it properly is telepathy, which is a very high level spell.
Okay, so yes, that
Certainly, if and having experienced it before, having worked with Cluel for some time,
Yes.
noting the names or the words that Cluel's putting on his copy of the map, Penadir will then copy down the words as they're written on the map.
And the locals do understand the native language of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they speak you at it, it does sound strange, but you can identify the words.
Yep.
But
Okay.
these are like actual French people, and I'm just like, you didn't pronounce it right. You're not really speaking my language.
Well, you understand it doesn't mean you can speak it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and at that point the moon rises, and you feel strange with the setting of the sun completely. And under the moonlight itself, you feel a magic of the area affect you. And the words they're speaking suddenly starts to make sense.
Oh.
So, like,
okay.
he can understand, or all of us can
You all
understand?
can.
And they can understand us?
And they seem to understand you.
So
Oh.
this is their magic. The locals.
Well,
You think it's an after effect of the portal.
Yeah. Well, the portal's going to affect them.
possibly the transition from day to night has crossed that metaphysical boundary.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Amberville magic worked at night.
Oh.
Ah. Okay.
Part of the reason it was...
So the portal's going to affect nighttime more. Yeah.
Okay.
And that they are asking, what happened? Why were what happened to the invaders that were here to arrest them?
I tell them.
They have to be.
I saw they were taking you hostage, and you took care of them.
They're grateful, but there's many more of them, they say.
Well, perhaps we should find a place to where you might take cover.
They do have...
They may not find you?
They do say they have a barn in a farm nearby. So it's only about an hour's walk through the fields.
That would be ideal.
And they say that weird word Germans don't go there.
Do you remember that weird word?
Because they sort of say it as a curse.
Yeah.
The Germans don't go there.
And they so they lead you out across a long boggy field.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's walking.
They're all
Yeah.
walking.
And we're following them,
Okay.
yes.
Pettidy will go last and try and cover any tracks and trails that's being left behind.
Okay. Taking you into this place, it is set up very much like a shelter. There are cots everywhere. There
We ain't
are...
franking this.
What was that?
We ain't franking this.
No. Because that involves getting dead.
And-
Which Germans are these?
And
Are these the pointy hat Germans? Or are they the very dancy Germans?
that they are more the helmets with spikes on
the
them.
pointy
Pointy
hat
hat.
Germans. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And definitely pointy hat, because most of those were leather.
And so you find yourself in a with a lot of locals here. Seems to be they've turned a barn into a sort of like a shelter, and you see lots of people of different walks of life here, all looking sad and lost. And
How are they feeling around us?
in the distance, you're hearing occasional loud booms.
How are they feeling around us? Are they freaking out around? Because
Well, look at this way.
Dragonborn.
They don't seem to be paying you that much attention, considering what they seem to have lost most of their homes.
And
They're
it's
the
a
people who are.
And it's a bit dim in here.
So they're so downtrodden that they're not
Yeah.
even paying
As part
attention to
of
others around them.
Yeah.
clearing any tracks and things like that for people wed, Pettidy is also going to hide/cover the body of the grey cloak that he shot. So I think that's about
Right.
the only physical form that was still left on the outside of the ear.
Yep.
So
So our mission here is to take out the French church, so the magic can come back.
And you actually see that there are a few people here praying to their god. asking for guidance.
Mm-hmm.
But no one seems to be using any form of magic that you can see.
Right.
So we just need to find the thing called.
Well, except for the fact that
Use that.
they've got some sort of continual light spells and stuff like that.
That they seem to have little candles in places. They don't seem to be using any form of magic at all here.
Okay, so they're not using the same sort of lighting as was visible from the roadside or presumably in the inn itself.
But there are a couple of people in cloaks off to the side.
Yeah, it'll be poor lighting in a place like this. They don't have the power for good lights.
So sort of ignoring the rest of them.
Should we be acquiring some clothes somehow? Just to blend in a bit more.
Well, all their clothes seem to be extremely dull coloured to you. You can't make out much in the way of colour here.
No, but at least we blend in.
You do know your perception of colour is almost gone. Everything here is in black and white to you.
That sucks. We can still blend in with them, I'd assume.
Everyone else can see normally, but
And where
unfortunately
they're
his
close.
perception is black and white. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep in the corner.
Okay.
I'm knackered. As long as I'm really unsure about just randomly rocking up with all these people and just sitting in a barn with them. There's
But there's nowhere else as safe as this right now.
Yeah,
the problem.
a safe place.
how many locals are in the barn?
Probably about 100 to 200.
And how many are in this group of rogues off the side?
About 3 or 4.
This is one big juicy target.
Go over and check them out.
Do they have any defences around?
No.
Did we see any? It's just
No
a barn
one.
in the middle of it with no defences and no lookouts.
And no.
There's just a place that Germans don't go
This
because it's boggy.
I don't feel safe here.
I don't feel safe here either, but we're all
Okay.
there.
So, you're going over. Who's going over to check over the newcomers? The rogue figures.
The road figures.
Well,
me.
Benedict wanted to, if he managed to get friendly with, if any of the locals are talkative,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to know, so why are those guys a bit standoffish?
The locals would probably they say, aren't they some of your people? They look like pointing towards Llewell as Llewell's walking over.
Oh. Okay.
You walk over and
But so we're not talking about Drazzle or anyone like that in Rhodes, are we? We're talking,
No.
they're with us, like I say, these are 3 additional people that are not with us,
yes.
and apparently not with them. Is that right?
Yep.
But the locals think they're with us.
and
Yeah,
so
that's right, but
when you go over and talk at them, you look up and you see what looks like an elven face, but has no elemental affiliation. Again, something you're not used to. And they almost look like children in comparison to the people here. But they do look like an adult. They're just that youthful looking. But they look sad.
They're local elves. And if the magic does go away the way the local church wants, the elves are going to die out. In fact, they're taking half the thing from the humans as well. I really want to do something about the local church, which involves taking over the world and fixing it.
Or you join the Frenzian Revolution and blow it up.
I'm a warlock, that is what I do.
They are dressed very much like the locals, but they're more dressed for outdoor, and they have pouches and stuff all over them.
Mhm.
They have different symbols on them and clothing. And one of them talks to you and says, it has a very, very strange accent. Where are you from?
Not from around here.
You do not...
really not from around
You do
here.
not look like you're from this world.
No.
And they're not concerned about that?
Well, they're the ones who said it, so it's their idea.
I guess so.
They may be concerned about it, but it doesn't sound like they're
They
caring
don't
very
seem
much.
very surprised.
They say, beware how long you stay here.
I'm really getting that idea. I already feel ill.
Soon you will not be from anywhere else.
Do you get stuck here?
I would say so. If this is leaching our elemental aspect out of us.
So these guys could be adventurers that tried to fix this issue.
Or they're locals. And we need to get them out of here.
Yeah, like they just come with us.
They do tell you most elves have withdrawn.
Yeah. If you come with us when we leave, though, once we actually set it up so we can.
We still are part of this world. We've just withdrawn for safety.
Are you sure?
This is our home. We protect what we can.
Did you give me that one? The baton?
We keep these people safe.
Definitely time to learn how to do portals later on and come back and fix things. Be real hero stuff.
And you can even hear at this stage one of the planes flying overhead.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're keeping them safe and you obviously don't want to go anywhere, we do
keep
have
this
some,
place safe.
Yeah, we do have some things we need to find. Is it possible for you to give us information on where we need to go? I'm not going to ask for you to accompany us.
There are not many of us left in this
No.
upper world.
Yeah. But we need to rescue basically castle full of people and ourselves, and we need certain things from this locality to do it.
Yeah, beware, there are those who hunt magic.
Yeah, we met some. We sort of exploded them a bit.
Then many more will start coming soon.
Yeah, I know. Because, hey, they found some.
Yes, they hunt magic with magic.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do.
Can we chill here tonight?
He does go through this whole spiel about how there's this group of people trying to eradicate magic from the area. Call them Germans.
Yeah. Yes, and using magic to do it, which is a bit self-defeating. I'll go.
And also we're going to open the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, well, there is that too. There is that.
Go on, Indy!
Yeah. Open the Ark of
No,
the
we don't
Covenant.
need no impact on the movie whatsoever.
That's the thing. Open the Ark of the Covenant and let all the magic back into the world. Now, that's a hell of a mistake.
Are we safe to rest here tonight?
You are safe to rest here the night.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm out.
Yeah. I will check with them on the map on confirming names.
Okay, they do point out that there is a ruin. The Castle Sylar has been in ruins for many centuries, since the Ambervilles left this world, taking much of the castle with them.
Right.
Do they remember the Ambervilles?
They do remember the Ambervilles leaving.
They've been around for long enough.
So, the other kind of question I was going to ask was obviously in our readings, information, and things like that on Avignon, whilst it appeared to be a foreign place, it appeared in many ways to be similar to our world, did it not? At the time of the readings that they had.
At the time of the readings, it was.
It was medieval France, according to what they were reading.
Yeah, it was medieval France. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And they've been in the same day ever since. But it's Castle Amberville we're actually from.
Well, they actually had advanced a while, and then they went into a time lock after that.
Oh, yeah.
So the time lock wasn't when they left; it was many years
later,
after.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll tell these elves it's Castle Amberville is where we're from.
They feel sorry for you because the Ambervilles are probably amongst the most skilled deliverers of curses that they've ever met.
We've seen a bit of that. Fortunately, we're pretty good at not accepting curses.
Ever since anyone of sense has avoided reins of their castle. Not even the Germans go there.
Right. Which means
We need to be there.
that's where at least one of the things we need is going to be.
And each of the names you've got of places, none of it's there. It might be there. You need to reunite everything.
Yeah. But that we need to be at that place at some point.
But it is a place that you can safely go when no one else will go.
Yeah. So we can camp there.
Well, at least we'll be safe from Nazis. Whether we're safe from in the castle itself is the question.
Or Germans.
Or actually,
Depends on the exact
on the scroll, that was one of the locations.
Yeah.
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 And
So we'll cross check
that's
the
where the
scroll.
sword
Yeah.
we're supposed to get to.
Yeah. We'll check the scroll to the map, and I'll double check while everyone can understand each other. I'll double check exact locations.
Okay, so they so you got the Silair, which is nearby. You got Vions, which is to the north, which is for the mirror. So the sword is at Silair. Paragon is to the west, which is where the ring is supposed to be found. And Les Hibox is to the south past Symes, which is where you expect to get the potion.
Right.
And do any of the local elves recognise the names unlike the locals?
They look at their names and go, the locals would probably, in each of those locations, would be able to tell you, but they have not mingled much with society for the last 200-300 years.
Yeah, but if this is written by Stephen Danville as we expect, he probably wrote it 600 plus years ago.
Yeah.
So therefore, the local elves might have more knowledge about the wordings and stuff like that on the scroll than the local inhabitants of France would do.
One thing you do find out from them is Etienne has visited this place many times. And he was last here about a week ago.
Wow.
Oh.
And he's the reason that most of the Germans are searching the area.
Did Etienne, was he staying? Does he normally stay anywhere particular when he comes here, or was he doing anything particular when he last visited a week ago?
They know that he comes and goes, but they don't know not what he actually does while he's here.
And
except he has taken affront to the Germans moving through these lands.
Strange that.
Do they happen to know if there's normally a spot, like when he does visit, if there's normally a spot where he's last seen each time?
Normally in Silair, which is why no one goes there.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Right, so it's an active let's avoid Silair rather than a historical let's avoid Silair.
But more importantly, from our perspective, is the sense that whilst he presumably arrives in the portal where we were, he leaves via Silair. So therefore, presumably that's where the exit portal is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're going to have a long rest here.
That would be a good point to finish up for tonight.
Yeah.
You guys have a long rest.
Here.
With nice food, you actually feel hungry for the first time since you've been traveling with
We
Trazzle.
get no spells back. We get no hands. I'm going to attune to the world.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. That's a point. With not getting spells back, I can still use cantrips, correct?
Not always. It depends on the spell.
Yeah.
And as you talk to the elves, they do say magic does not work as well since the Germans have entered the area. Their technology is suppressing a lot of magic.
Wonderful. So
I got one of their wands.
Beware of the city of man.
I got one of their wands too.
Yeah.
So it sounds something like, from that long rest, we don't get divine spells back, I'm assuming?
Depends on who you're asking them from.
Well,
right.
The Peter is going to be asking them from Atruaghin and from the ancestor spirits.
Okay, so none of them answer your prayers.
No. Okay.
Divine cross my arms.
Alrighty. Long rest.
So yes, it is a twist.
Yes. Your ancestor spirits may respond if you're in North America.
Oh no, I was
Hey, I
certainly
got
not
signal.
expecting it to work, but it was more a case of hang on, yes. I was just double checking because hey,
Oh yeah,
he did cast a couple cure spells previously, so he is a couple spells down.
yeah,
And so if we get him back, great. But I wasn't expecting it.
yes. I am fully expecting to be able to
Bye-bye.
once I've run out of
Have a
my
good evening.
warlock healing dice to not be able to get them back. Unless, of course, it turns out, strangely enough, that Ilsendor is the local god that they're all worshipping. That would be a bit weird.
Or they can traverse the multiverse. Some gods
Oh,
are
yeah.
gods of many planets.
And yeah, well, particularly when you get a sort of iconic style of god like Ilsendor.
And I will say that talking to the elves, you find they do recognise him, but they give him a different name.
He's got 50 names anyway.
Okay, so I'll put this onto end credits, Jeremy, and so that way when we continue with it, the others will get some more information.
All good.
Okay, so I will see you tomorrow night, Jeremy.
Yes.
All good. Have a good night, all.
You too.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yes. So, what?